end of the day. People love me or hate me, I don't care either way. Breast cancer busted through like a leaf in the night. A cancer's ass was knocked out before the end of the fight. A champion coming through, knocking everything out. It's hard if you see, I do nothing for clout. Just like.
What's up, Survivor Nation? It's your favorite breast cancer survivor. Survivor Speaks.
This video is for commentary, discussion, and entertainment purposes based on publicly available live streams and social media content. Opinions expressed by viewers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Survivor Speaks channel. What's up, Survivor Nation? What's up, Survivor family? Sorry I'm a little late, but I had got caught up. I got a call, and I had to take the call, so I'm here. What's up, Allie? Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. We are live on Twitter, on X, formerly known as Twitter. But, everybody still refers to it as Twitter. We're live on there. We're live here. So today's show, let's get right into it. Because there's so much going on, y'all. But I'll tell you about that in a minute. So they counted Chrisean Rock out so many times that some people started treating her downfall like a weekly subscription, right? But this weekend was a mixed weekend for Chrisean. The greatest thing came yesterday, though. She was out at an event. It gave everybody something to talk about. Whether it be truth, lies, or just whatever it is, we're gonna continue to keep her in prayer on this channel, and hopefully, the events that happened today is so much. I kid y'all not, I went to take care of my mother, so for about 3-4 hours, I just wasn't on, paying attention to the phone, because I had things to do. Log back on, yeah, right? But that might tell me something, alluding to. I may have another live because I really don't want to be here, but we are going to discuss some of it. Be about if I decide to cover it. It's just a lot of sick stuff that's just going on, and it's time for people to point it out, and stop believing the lies. You got to know when somebody is losing, and it's just a whole lot going on, right? So first of all, I want to say congratulations to Chrisean. Her first fight, she fought as a celebrity boxer, but she is currently and officially a professional boxer. So whoever is praying for her downfall is just not working, right? If you're somebody that believes in God, you know that God will take your enemies and use them as your footstool, regardless of whether you believe or not. And I'm probably gonna get into some things like some people understand what I'm talking about, some people don't know what I'm talking about. But y'all know. And I'm also going to address something else because I can't address it on Instagram because I just realized that I didn't know you can't go live on Instagram unless you have 1,000 followers over there. I got about 639 on the channel that I use to post Chrisean content. I might post some other content about the other guy or the other girl if it's something that's laughable at the time, or I do turn into Petty Ann over there on Instagram. And so, yeah, I was, being Petty Annish earlier. And if you're somebody that don't know what sarcasm is, when somebody's being sarcastic or when somebody's, using satire, it's not about being a bully. It's about what I see visually that people seem to turn a blind eye to But everybody, a lot of people have a problem with Chrisean, but then y'all trying to go back and trace her old footsteps and do things exactly the way she doing, getting shut down, and it's not working for you, and then you turn out and you turn out that it's now a big embarrassment for you. That's bad for you. But you decide to go over there and think that you can say out of your mouth the things that Chrisean has said and think you wasn't going to get called out on it. And people need to call a thing a thing. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I am going to talk about that in this live, though, because it was embarrassing. And so I was being petty on Instagram. And I know exactly what I was saying, but you got people that their mind only goes so far. So you thought you left a comment, thought you was eating. You're not eating. Have you ever heard of sarcasm? Have you ever heard of satire? Like, don't come for me if I didn't send for you. I'm just posting what I see. Yeah, they put it out here. You thought it was gonna go. Okay, I'm posting what I see. But you got people out here that will just jump out just come out and jump out. And people are not used to Survivor Speaks, like responding or popping my ish. I'm telling y'all, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Y'all like the mess. I can be messy if I want to. I just choose not to a lot of times. But baby, I'm just going to eat you up with a couple of lines and I'm going to go back to being Survivor Speaks. I'm working on something that is so positive for people on a different channel. Like, I'm doing my own thing. But I'm changing the way I move because, like, I peeped a lot of things that's, going on or whatever out here in these sectors, out here in these streets. And guess what? Like I said it before, but I keep doing it, but I really am going to stand on it. I'm going to support those who support me. And that's just that. You got people out here with they playing like they blind. Like, oh, I didn't know you created content. I didn't know you had a channel. Yeah, okay. So if I'm sitting in your chat all day, I can't make content for my channel. But you won't even come over here and hit the like button. You acting like I don't even create content. Yes, I've been through some things and I've been like, missing and then I'm here and then whatever. My mods know what's going on. I try to come over here and, tell people that follow me, like, what's going on with me. But you know what? Game on. You're not supporting me. I'm not supporting you. That's just what it is. Nobody's going to force me into a narrative. I'm a rant for 1 minute and then I'm gonna get off my soapbox. So this is really about, I want to, say congratulations and really big Chrisean up because this is really, really big. And the support that she got yesterday, she should really, really feel good about the support. But I'm kind of glad that it happened the way it happened because of the people who reached out and supported her. She definitely needs to keep hearing that. People have to realize that, right? When you are constantly hearing something from one person over and over and over again, psychologically, that stuff starts to register. But when you start to pull away from them and they lose a hold and a grasp that they may have had on you, you are allowed to see things different. That is why you have some people that will be quick to feed you drinks, quick to feed you substances that alter your brain. And then they know how to swoop down on you and gain control. Unfortunately, clout is a heck of a substance. I had to change it around for YouTube. Yeah, that's YouTube friendly. Clout chasing is a heck of a substance. And just like using a substance that alters your brain, you got some people that's so hard on the clout chase that they can't see the forest for the trees. What's up, Becca? What's up? Thank you so much for stopping in. If you're in here, please hit that like button. The support goes a long way, and the likes is what gets the video into the algorithm. It's also a free way to support the show. Hit the subscribe button so you will not miss when I go on when I go live or drop a video. I was making a video for you guys yesterday, and I just didn't get it put up because so many things was happening at the same time, and I wasn't feeling good. So I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to sleep at this point. But yeah, so Chrisean Rock is officially pro. I was on my soapbox because I need to say this though. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all, chemo fog brain. Y'all know what it is. Your girl is gonna always have that. Not that I'm speaking that into existence. Child, it's been 18 plus years. It is what it is. If something's in front of my brain, I need to say it. If not, I'll forget it. That's what you call chemo fog brain. All right. So some people want to keep you where you're at, so they play behind the scenes. And a narcissist is the best to do it if you don't know how or you're not equipped to deal with a narcissist. And we saw this weekend a narcissist being torn down in real time and couldn't believe the response. But his response afterwards, diabolical. And this is exactly why Chrisean needs to cut off anything and everything, regardless how bad it hurts. Regardless if you share a child with this person, you need to cut it off. You are not equipped to deal with this narcissist and how evil he is, and almost everything around him is evil. You are not equipped to deal with it. And I know you believe in God. You put your trust in her faith in God. I know she does, and she prays. She is anointed. She's protected and she's covered. But then your flesh still gets weak for somebody that you genuinely loved, not for money, not for fame, not realizing that they needed you to lift them up. Baby girl, listen, if you didn't learn anything else, because the hold is definitely being lifted. Definitely being lifted. It's the hold is not as strong as it was. But before God snatches everything back, and I'm not talking bad about Chrisean, but we got some people over here that don't have critical thinking skills. This is a message from love, from my heart. It's a message. The flesh is weak. And then when you genuinely love somebody, not for fame, money, or anything like that, and it's always like, I hope this person can change because if behind closed doors, they're telling me this, or, in the back, they're telling me this, but they want me to go with this narrative, and I'm going to go with this narrative because he's going to turn around and he does not care. He doesn't care about his children. Now the world is seeing that he doesn't care about his own children. And while using somebody else's child as content, even staging, having police come to your home, and certain people don't want to think they heard what they hear. The police said the call came from in the house. Oh no, but they asked for all their phone numbers. Have y'all ever heard of a burner phone? Have y'all ever heard that this man got 2 phones? He only gave them 1 phone number? The call came from inside the house. Or do you understand that this person will do anything for clout? But the sad thing is that the woman in the house that's going to going along with this is diabolical and it's crazy. And I didn't mean to say all of that on the stream because that's another stream. But it's crazy. I'm just saying what I'm saying. The police said the call came from inside the house. So when somebody's content is beginning to dry up and he missed the whole weekend of content because Chrisean decided I'm not going along with this. This is nonsense. You're not going to talk to me like that woman that you got waiting for back at the house. And what he really took the gloves off for, she warned him, before you decide to come out here and drop any information, I'm not dropping everything because when you start talking, I'm getting ready to empty this clip on you. And it made him look bad. So nobody can come over here and tell me in my comments, don't come over here talking about nothing negative about, Chrisean, her child. We don't talk negative about people's children over here. But if I'm talking about something where the parent is acting a certain way in front of the child and we're bringing it to the forefront, it is what it is. Children is off limits, and all of these children in every situation that's attached to any of these people are who I feel sorry for the most, first and foremost. These children should not be used as freaking content, but they are being used as content. It's sad and it's a shame. And then now people are mad because Chrisean is not sharing as much as of her child's online. Why should she? Y'all just create memes and stuff anyway when she doesn't bring a child online. Y'all create memes, say stuff happening that's not happening, saying this girl is doing all this stuff to her son, throwing stuff at his head. You never seen him out here dirty. You never seen none of that. You didn't see anything with this girl loving up on her child. Sometimes I don't understand. Are we watching the same thing or are we not? But all y'all can say is, oh, he's 3 years old. He can't do this and he can't. That is not any of y'all freaking business. Some of y'all need to do some research. It ain't just on if there's anything, let me say it again. If there is anything, because nobody has no proof of anything. But what y'all saying, I'm not going to repeat what y'all saying, because y'all hate channels know what y'all saying. And if y'all come in here in my chat, you can hear, I'm not going to say it. But the things that you are alleging can also come 50 to 60 to 70% from the father if the father has those same substances in his system, whether it be whatever substance you want to say at the time. Y'all want to say puff pass, I want to say all drinking and all of that. The same much goes where it could be out of the father's system as well. So if something's going on, it is equally the same thing. But you got a man out here denying the whole child, but then he out here taking flights to go and lay up in the bed and watch him for a week. I'm gonna move on to what we came here for, because baby, I don't understand. I'm not understanding today. Yeah, they doing too much. And when she put the receipts out here, immediately she's lying. She's not lying. She's been protecting this man from day one. Y'all keep talking about, oh, the CPS won't show up for Junior. They have showed up. They don't see anything wrong with him. But y'all keep calling. Everywhere that girl go, they call CPS and send them. Then they complain. She have her child everywhere she go. When did that start being a bad thing? It's not like she going to lay up with people and have, whatever, do whatever with them. Oh, they're in church, but he's in the audience. She's part of the praise team. So who is he supposed to sit with? He's supposed to, if she's sitting him in this stroller on the stage while she's singing as part of the praise team. Oh, she had him on the stage and they were singing with all this music, and that's why but he can't hear anyway. She, either way she go, she's always freaking something. I don't know what she needs to be a pro mom is, but okay. But it is crazy to me. It is crazy to me. Crazy. You got a whole child over there performing oral relations on a soda bottle at 4 years old. Where's the outrage about that? Where's the outrage about that? Where did this child see that at? I'm talking about with perfection. We watched the video. Where did the child see that at? And there's no outrage for that. Right? I mean, this child can teach a freaking class from what we saw. And guess what the mother is doing? This pissed me off today, y'all. This pissed me off so bad today. Let me tell you something. I didn't want to make this a video about that girl over there that lives with that guy over there, Blueface. What pissed me off today is, and she's been alluding to this, and because the boy's father doesn't want to deal with her because she's a crash out, sir, they are setting you up. Your child's mother is setting you up. If you listen to any clip, you gotta listen. You gotta listen. First of all, why I wasn't even supposed to go into that on here, y'all. They trying to set that little boy's biological father up. It's sad. It's a shame. That woman over there is dangerous, and I wouldn't, and I don't, and I believe some of the Chrisean Rock supporters are upset with me. Listen, it is what it is. Y'all don't own the content. Y'all keep saying what we should put out here, what we shouldn't be putting out here. Well, we need to be doing this, but all y'all using all the content. Meanwhile, being monetized, and people are really going by, by what y'all saying. But in the meantime, you steady reporting on it. And so then now they're going to have problems with people. Listen, I've never danced to the tune of anybody else before, and I'm not going to do it now. Yes, I support all the people that support Chrisean, but my content is my content. I get to report on whatever I want to report on over here. So that's why I'm going to put my all into my content and what I'm doing, and let the chips fall where they may. Because people out here want to control, thinking they own Chrisean's content, thinking they own her, thinking they own the algorithm. You can't post about this, don't post about this, don't post about this, but yet they're not following the same agenda. I am not that type of person. So if you don't like me, oh well. I mean, nobody's ever said anything to my face, but I could tell. Shade. I know all about shade, honey. I could be a shady boost myself. So I'm not supporting anybody anymore that does not support me. Period. I'm not talking about some page like a Blue Clips or whatever, because they're basically, people that really have to be on their job 24 hours a day. And I'm talking about these other platforms, these other, content creators that like want to dictate where to go, think you own Chrisean content, you own the Blueface, God, Blueface don't care who shares his content. He sees all of that as a plus for him. So people, trying to own, I don't own none of this. It's being put out here on public platforms, and I'm talking about it. How about that? I want to be a multilingual channel. Too bad they don't have a niche for that. I came here to do true crime. Is the only reason why I really started my channel. Yeah, people don't want to hear about that. But I'm going to still do it because that is my passion. I'm passionate about true crime. I'm passionate about things happening to children that shouldn't be in this time, in this in this day and age. I am. But so I want to be, I don't like boxes. I hate for somebody to put me in a box. So if they can't catch whatever niche I'm in, oh well. I can only say to the people that support me, just hit the like button for free. You know, if you want to buy a jewel, that's fine. Thank you. Memberships, we have all of that going over here. It all supports the channel. You guys have seen I've made a lot of upgrades to the channel. Moving on. I do have my trusting mods. Shout out to them. They are always here, and I do have supporters that always support. Like Becca Cry is here today. She's been a long time supporter. You know, and we'll catch a live. You know, if she doesn't catch it, she'll catch it on a replay, and you know, say she did, she liked it, whatever, the video, whatever. I have a few people. We got a girl named Danny now, come over here. She's showing love. We got Bad Ash. You know, for always, it's another mod of mine. Over here, love her dearly. We got Bernessa, like, you know, she runs a YouTube channel. Ali, I'm not sure what you're doing with your other channel yet, and I don't know if you want to share that link as of yet. We didn't really get to talk too much in detail yet about what you're doing with that, but if you want to promote it, you're going to start putting content over there. I think that is a great avenue, and to share about what you're going through personally, and do it on a separate page from your own over there on Instagram. I think that's awesome, because a lot of people don't understand having a child that, you know, has ailments, and the things that you have gone through and continue to go through with your child. When you're ready to talk about it, that is your story. But baby Allie is like our channel mascot, and we love her down dearly over here, and she has a great story that her mom is going to tell when she's ready. I don't know how, you know, she's working on rolling it out, but she does have a channel for that. And basically just I do, and I'll send it to you separately in a text message. Remind me to send you something about what I did see. Just say it's about your other channel on Instagram, and yeah, I do have some information for you. You might have, let me see if let me write it down and find another word for it. So now I remember what. It's bad like this, you guys, when you have breast cancer or any type of cancer and you have chemo. They basically, chemotherapy removes all the cells from your body, good and bad. It kills them. It's because it has to kill, you know, excuse me, YouTube, unalives the cells. Even though this is education, they'll listen to it and say, oh, she's talking about unaliving people. No, I'm talking about the cells, bad and good. And that's why people lose their hair, because your hair follicles are made from cells. You don't necessarily lose your hair because you were diagnosed with cancer. You lose it because of the chemotherapy. So it's all the, you know, all the cells in the body, they get unalived. And then once the chemo is done, you know, you'll see, you know, those, some, you know, most of those things, they come back. So that's just a little quick, you know, education about what it is. And then, you know, chemo fog brain is just, when you take chemotherapy, it just, the mind and the brain is just, it goes into, it's like a fog, like that, just what it is. And that's why they termed it chemo fog brain. And so with me, a lot of time you hear me jump around. It's not that I don't, you know, before I had cancer and took chemo, I didn't speak this way. But after chemo, this is, you know, what I got, but I have life. So it doesn't matter to me. Just to put some education out there to people so you can understand what's going on. And while you may hear me talking, I'm jumping around. This is one of the things that happened after chemo. Because somebody said, you're a survivor of what? Oh, I'm a survivor of a lot, but really, you know, triple negative breast cancer is what I'm a survivor of. And I've been surviving for 18 plus years. My daughter's 18. Yes, she was 5 months when I was diagnosed. So yeah, if I have something that's in my mind, a thought, and I'm talking about it and I don't say it at the time, I'll lose the thought. And then I'll be talking about something else and it may come back and I'll go, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so this is what I meant to say. So that is where all of that comes from. Just to give you a little education, backstory on Survivor Speaks. And while you might hear me talking, and I might start a sentence and like the wrong words to come out and it's doubled and jumbled, it's chemotherapy. Like it's the after effects of chemotherapy. I've been a straight A student all my life. Even, in college I graduated magna cum laude. So, and that was after chemo. So I'm very intelligent. It's just that, chemotherapy has done some things and I'm not ashamed of them. So just quick little story right here. So now getting back to, I want to get away from that scenario because that's a whole nother video that I wanted to do. So we're going to talk about Chrisean and what happened. So the announcement actually was not made by Chrisean. It was not made by Chrisean, but because of what happened during the weekend, she was in LA. She flew back to Baltimore and went straight to the gym because that's how dedicated she is. And that's why after one fight as a celebrity boxer, she is now a pro boxer. The announcement was made by her teammate who's already a pro boxer. Shout out to Mia Killer B. She made the announcement on her Kick channel because Chrisean was not streaming because of all of the click farming that was going on from the weekend. So Mia actually made the announcement and congratulated her. And she's somebody that's been in Chrisean's corner. Chrisean has a great team that's around her now. She has a great team that's around her and her child. They're just not for her, it's her child. So for the people, for the people in the back that don't know, and every time she has a public event now, and you're sending CPS, you're calling the popo, you're doing all of that. She has an attorney because y'all don't believe anything that she's saying. She has an attorney that is presently in the house, in the building with her, because her attorney is going to step in and stop any illegal nonsense that can occur against his client. Her team is no longer playing softball with y'all, and this has been in effect since before the first fight. So this is what a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people don't understand. The team that she has now, they're not playing about her. So her attorney is in the house at all of her public events as it relates to boxing. And it is what it is. But you still have this dark force over here that's trying to bring her down because he wants control. He wants her money. He doesn't have anything to do with her success. And he's mad because she's successful. I've never seen anything like it. But out here in the public eye, while I'm begging for subs on the other platforms, I'm talking all of this cash stuff because I'm so mad. I'm going to tear every woman down that's rejecting me right now. And you got people over here eating it up. And y'all keep paying for the nonsense. He's lying most of the time. And actually, you can't make people believe that because people cannot see past the simple fact that this girl is protected. She's human first. She is protected. She does things that we don't like. I'm going to say that she does things that the supporters don't like. But the difference between her supporters And the people that just hate her for no reason, you never met her, never been in a room with her, none of that. The difference is we're not out here praying for her downfall. We're not. We're not. The same thing would go for me as for me. And I think that this is where, people may be upset with me. I really don't care, because you have these people that send people in your chat to listen to what you're talking about, depending on what's on the thumbnail, and they got to report back to somebody else. I don't report to nobody. I report to God at the end of the day. You better know it. I report to God. I believe in, and guess what? God does not like, you're not supposed to be out here judging people either. If people want to really be technical and say, oh, I'm Christian, because people like to put that out there first, and then because I'm Christian, I can say all this bad stuff about Chrisean. God uses anybody to show y'all something, but that's not what you are getting, because right now we're in some weird times in the world right now, right? And everybody can see it. There's so much hate out here in the world, but then you see this side of love that's coming out on the other side, and it's like a lot of different races that are really coming together over here with love. But then you have these people over here that just hate. You got people online that wake up in the morning to find somebody that posts anything about Chrisean so they can start with the rhetoric underneath. She needs the DIE. She's not doing it. She's doing all that, but she ain't doing it for you. What? Rebecca, thank you so much for that. I see what you're doing, girl. That is another thank you. That is that is actually genius, because guess what? Then it goes, you get, I get a double view for you today. Shout out to Becca Cry for that. So you ain't do nothing wrong. I know exactly. I know about both your channels. So yeah, it's just that, people want to say like, oh yeah, I'm Christian, so I get to say, no, you're not God though. That's what, like, I tell people all the time, I hate criminals, but I'm not able to sit on and it's just me. I wouldn't be able to sit on a jury where a death penalty is on the line. It's part of the ending. Wouldn't be able to do it because I don't believe I'm God, right? And like I said over here, and I think this is where I think this is where the people mad at me at. I don't like Jade and Alexis. I don't hate her. I don't like her. It don't have anything to do with Chrisean, though. People need to understand that. It has everything to do with things that she have said out of her mouth, against African American women. You don't have to say anything. If you don't like us, then I'm not gonna. Hey, what am I doing? I'm not gonna like you, and then you can't claim to be this perfect mother. Not when we are, because everything is put online. Not when we are watching a video of you literally cursing out your daughter and your son. People can say what they want to say. I have 2 children. I don't cuss at my children like that. I wasn't one of those parents either to physically chastise my children either. People call it gentle parenting. It's not. That gentle parenting thing is new. My son been growing on his own. My daughter is 18 years old. I just found a different way to do what I needed to do because I have a whole philosophy about using spanking as a form of discipline. To me, you're just teaching the child how to physically abuse other people. That's why you got this child in school for one day talking about he had a fight already. You can trust and believe my daughter knows how to handle herself. She knows how to handle herself when it comes to that. I don't teach my daughter to bully. I taught my daughter that you may have things that other people don't have. She, and that's the way I raise my children. Just because you may be able to go to school and you may have, some children may not have that. So you don't want to get into the habit of going there calling people, out of their name, because it could be you one day. And that's how I raise my children. Not with the, I believe that, and everybody can say, oh, in the Bible it says, spare the rod, spoil the child. I get all that, but you choose to parent how you want to parent. But when you're out here acting like you're the perfect parent and you're crashing into stuff because you're crashing cars because you're inebriated with your children in a car, that is a conscious decision that you made. It has nothing to do with the children. When you're out here online cursing your children out, calling your daughter, 4-year-old daughter, a female dog, but saying the word, you little biatch, that's not good parenting. So all of those things are things that I get so tired of. Every time something happens, Chrisean doesn't have to have anything to do with it, but they make it a way to find to make her a part of what's going on. She goes on the East Coast. She wasn't out with this girl drinking and decided to get behind the wheel and crash. And what do these kids' father do? What does the children's father do? You protect her first, but now you're mad at her. It becomes content. And now you out here dropping, spilling the tea, and telling the truth. And then she's not going to respond to it, which I don't blame her. But I'm just saying to people why it doesn't have anything to do with Chrisean. What I would like to see, and what Chrisean is saying that would be better for them, if they get together for the sake of the children. And that's what I'm for. Regardless as to how we feel about who, what our thoughts are about who, they are siblings. They have children that are siblings. And regardless to what's going on with these adults, because they have the option to choose what's happening to them, the children are suffering at this point. While watching the father parade around with somebody's child that's not his. And now his older 2 children get to see what Chrisean has been going through this whole time. And then y'all mad at Jaden because she's made a great choice as a parent. I'm not lying on people. I'm going to say when something is correct, I'm going to say it's correct. I would not let my what do you call that? I would not let my stuffed animal go over to Blueface's house, and Nevaeh is in that house. She admitted to playing with witchcraft the other day. I'm not into that. I don't believe in that stuff. But I will never give anybody, here, take my children and watch them for a week. Oh yeah, and do what she say, I do good witch stuff. I don't do bad witch stuff. And she was tricked into telling the truth. So you think I'm going to send my children into harm's way? I'm not. So I'm with Jaden when she's right. And that one, that's a good call. There ain't no way. And so anybody that can't say that just because you're a Chrisean supporter is crazy. If you can't say, and it's wrong for me to say, you know what? I agree with Jaden. I agree with Jaden and Alexis on this one. Yeah. I'm not sending my kids over to their father's house. I don't care how he tried to put it out here. Well, if she can, first of all, the man was not in her house. Stop it. He's lying to y'all. Y'all paying for the lies over there. Y'all on not on this platform, on another platform. Y'all are paying for the lies. He's trying to paint a bad picture. She has her flaws, but all of the stuff that he's saying, like men coming in and out of here, like he had men. No. You've never seen that at her house. Like you've never seen it. I'm not about to get on here and lie because I don't like the girl. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I still don't like her, but I'm not gonna lie on her. And everybody's still learning as a parent. I just think that she makes decisions that should be easy for a parent to make. If you're saying you're such a good parent and you're the one that people should be looking up to and believing because this, that, and the third, but when you really look at it, it's really, really not. So I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's a tight one. These people just, want to have something to say about whatever. Anybody that know me already got it's on my Instagram. I turn the petty in sometimes because I don't like the antics when they're put out here. I don't like it. And then you got, that's a whole nother story, child. It's a whole lot of people playing with fire. It's uncalled for when children are involved. That's all I'm saying. But shout out to Chrisean who became a pro. I'm gonna play one clip over here that I thought it was so dope to see. And you gotta realize that if you believe, and everybody can believe what they want. If you believe in God, right? Sometimes things may come your way that's good for you and it's not good for you. But you said that you're going to trust God to do whatever. And just because if I accept God as or Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, that doesn't mean tomorrow I'm going to be perfect. I don't know what people are that does not mean any. It's just that you're at another place in life. It doesn't mean that everything that I do, just because I said I'm going to accept him as my Lord and Savior, that my life just automatically changes. If I'm somebody that curses and uses profanity, I'm automatically not going to be doing it anymore. That's not what it is. And that's what people get it confused. And that's where you'll hear me say about the churchy people, because that's what it is. You start getting churchy and start just pointing. That's not what it is. It is a long thing. It is a commitment. And sometimes we lose our way. Right? And even if you feel like you're not doing anything, sometimes life is so good to us that, we forget how we got to where we are. We're not doing anything. So, I went back into the habit of before I touch anything in the morning, I don't touch anything in the morning anymore before I read, my Bible, say my prayers, and I have a whole little plan that's going on. So I'm on a streak right about now. So I haven't missed a day because it's becoming I'm not going to say habit because it shouldn't be a habit. It should be a way of life. This is how it used to be, for me and things that I used to do. And sometimes you got to go back to where your roots are and what you know that you should be doing based on what you believe. And so that is what's working for me, right? But there are going to be tests that come through. There's going to be people that's for you, and there's going to be people that's praying against you. And that's just, it is what it is. And that's what we're seeing all over the internet. But then you're going to have those people that are like, okay, I need to reel you back in. Because at some point, if you keep going the route that you shouldn't go, and even though the world can't see it, God is everywhere. He knows everything. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And I'm going to leave it there. But I thought it was important because I'm just on the outside looking in, right? People share their lives, so we talk about it. So the thing for me, what I get for Chrisean is that, as it relates to Chrisean, is that LA is not a good place for Chrisean. Every time she visits LA, something happens. Each and every time. It doesn't make a difference like who she meets up with. Each and every time she goes to LA, something happens. Every time. Every single time. I take that as I take that as what I believe is God is trying to tell you. LA is not, you need to stay out of LA. I provided everything you need right here on the East Coast in Baltimore. That's just what I get from looking from the outside looking in, right? This weekend was a mess. It was a good thing and a bad thing for her, right? But at some point, you have to sit quiet and just hear what God is trying to say. And this God normally tells you things like based on, actions, to quiet time, to things that are happening with you. Chrisean knows all of this. Trust me, she teaches it. But then she's fine. You see the light, and then boom, you could tell when this guy starts turning on the charm. He has this hold on her because she loves him, not Blueface, not his money. She doesn't need his money. He's in debt, $20-something million that he cannot file bankruptcy and it can go away. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. These people that think that they got X, Y, and Z, no. He owes 20-something. That's all documented. That's all documented, and it's on paperwork. It is legal documents available to read. That is public. The documents are public. So it's not nobody needs to make up. You can read it straight from the legal documents because of his mouth. And he just doesn't care, I believe, at this point. You can look in his eyes and tell his soul is lost. And now you're in the house with somebody that's dibbling and dabbling in witchcraft. But getting back to Chrisean, every time you go to LA, there's something that happens. Well, there's something that happened this weekend. And Chrisean kind of stood up for herself. Things didn't go well for Blue. He was embarrassed. He was embarrassed. She embarrassed him so bad. Let me see if I can pull the clip up real fast. I'm going to just go to that part of it. Let's see if we can find, if I could go straight to that part of the clip so I can show y'all. After this happened on the boat, they no longer were in contact with each other. Did she freaking... Hold on, y'all. Oh, no. So you see in the video that she sits her glasses down. Did she take that down? She sets her glasses down and she forgets them, and he picks them up. People are so crazy. Oh, she's following him. Look, she did X, Y, and Z. No, that's her cameraman. If you look in the camera, you see his cameraman is there as well. So you do not see her cameraman because her cameraman is behind the camera. His cameraman is in front of her. Now, I'm not getting ready to play all this boat scene, but I'm going to show you from where it all went bad. And she goes outside because she wanted to get away from this guy. And then he comes outside and it all goes left for them. But I'm proud to say that she stood up for herself and decided not to go along with what he wanted to go along with. So we're going to take a look at that. He that is without sin among you, let him cast the first stone. John 8:7. Queen D41. What up? Shout out to you. You have to just talk to your child and teach them. Exactly. That behavior is so beyond acceptable. It's sick. Yep, it is. So I want to show y'all what happened so you can see it in real time. But then I'm going to show you, I'm going to this girl was with somebody totally different. Things did not go the way Mr. Face thought it was going to go, and that's why he ended up home. Hey, Pamela Wilkinson, welcome in, and what's going on? Shout out to you for tapping in. Thank you so much. So we're getting ready to go. We're going to look at this footage because we're not looking at everything, right? It didn't go the way this guy thought it was going to go. And so after we watch this, we're just going to move on to the next thing. But let's see what happened. She's outside. She went outside because they were playing music inside and everything else. We're going to get to her team because she was talked to by her coach about what I'm going to watch it from the TV, but I'm in the chat. All right, thank you, Miss Wilcoxon. Thank you. She was talked to by her coach, and I have a lot of respect for him for doing that and keeping her best interest at heart. And so by her coach and his wife, I mean, she put it on the public platform, so I'm not saying anything wrong. I just want to say that for the people that's in here that are Chrisean supporters, y'all got people to report back to. I'm a Chrisean supporter from day one. Some of these people that support Chrisean are Johnny come latelys, and they got the most to say about what you can and cannot do. I cannot be bought, and I'm going to report on what I want to report on. So you could take that and run that back. I'm not supporting anybody that's not supporting me anymore. That's just where it is. I'm tired of all of the back and forth and the nonsense and all of that, all the things. So this is what it is because this is what it is. But this is the clip, and I'm proud of the way she handled this as it got to a certain point, because it needed to be handled this way, and he reacted just the way we knew he would react. But then a beautiful thing happened, and we're going to look at it. So let's go. So this is her. She came outside.
Oh, you can give what's her name? Jasmine?
Before I let this play, I just need to give y'all a real quick backstory because we're not going to go and look at it. Before he comes outside, the promoter of the party invited Chrisean and invited Blueface feces to this event. Before this took place, on the inside, the promoter was wondering why people were just sitting around and doing nothing. So he asked a young lady inside to make him a plate. That is the promoter. The girl said sure and asked him what he wanted. The promoter then talked to Blueface. This is all on camera. You can go look it up if you want. And the promoter was like, yeah, I was just asking the YNs why they just sitting around, why they're not like, doing anything. It takes them a while to warm up. He's like, yeah, I got one of the girls making me a plate. So then Blueface decides that he wants to come outside and try the same thing on Chrisean. Things didn't go for him the way he thought. Hold on, let me just get to, okay, so that is Chrisean's friend, Sunday. All right, so we're going to play it from here.
Damn. Yep, here. It's a good box. Just push the box over there with the
Oh my God. Some more time, baby.
Yeah. And then you need both there.
Oh.
Just take the money.
Look at these big birds.
Thank you. Here.
Oh no. What's up with you?
I'm getting kind of hungry.
What are you doing? Why are you going like that?
You make me a plate?
Make you a plate?
Good.
Why did you troll me?
I'm not, I'm serious. Some chicken, macaroni. You know what I like?
Why you even come out here and start fucking me?
Like, you can't make me a plate or not? You could just say no. I'll make it myself.
No. Why you clip on me?
Oh.
Why you clip on me?
Oh,
Why you said make a plate? Like I'm one of these 304s, bro.
you gotta get a 3 or 4 to make a plate?
Yeah, that's all you deal with, bro. What's up with you, bro? What's up with you, bro? Why you come fucking with me out
Why
here?
you want to stink with me?
Because why you stink? You stink as shit. Coming out here talking about camping, you a plate. Get off the plate.
After the fade, can we plate?
After the fade, nigga, you need to undo what you're doing.
What am I doing?
You know what you're doing.
Good.
You know what you're doing.
Good.
You better get real on that.
I couldn't even get a plate. I don't know.
Man, you keep coming on the damn plate. Just say you wanted to come out here and talk to me.
I want to come out here and talk to you.
Yeah, because you asking for a plate don't even make sense without a context.
I still can't get a plate.
No, nigga, good. Alright, go on. I'm gonna
Yeah,
beat
I see
your
you need
ass.
that fade.
I really do need my fade.
Alright. I kick your ass.
No, I'm really gonna bust you.
I'm gonna buzz you.
Yeah,
You think you can fuck with me?
yeah. And you getting littler, so you shedding off that heavy weight.
I was way skinnier when we was doing it up.
Yeah, and that's still too
You
deep.
still couldn't take that.
Yeah.
Because you could dirty.
Yeah, two black eyes, bro.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry.
Two black eyes.
No, you gave me those black eyes?
Who else did?
Your dad gave me one.
What?
That shit running the family, huh?
Yo, you just really clipping. Yo, he's really clip farming, yo. Like he just came over here and bothered us.
Running the family, huh? Still good.
So the camera that we're watching, the camera angle that you're watching, that is Chrisean's cameraman. The guy that you see with the camera in the video, that is Blueface's cameraman, number 3. I'm going to just leave the first part of his name off. I think it's crazy and it's weird that he calls them the name that he calls them. But number 3 is where I'll leave that. But he asked her to make him a plate. And she said, what? Don't come out here asking me nothing like that, acting like I'm one of them 304s. And he said 304. She said, yeah, that's all you deal with. And so and not only did he ask her to make him a plate, he talked about, chicken, macaroni, and cheese. You know what I like. He thought he was getting ready to come out here and do his little thing. And she didn't respond the way he expected her to respond. But keep watching, because she is going to pray for him, and he doesn't like the ending of the prayer. And I need y'all to listen to what she says when he says, because it's a lot of wind going on because of the area that they're on the water, whatever. I need y'all to listen to when he says the beef is over, because after that, thank you so much, Allie. Oh my goodness, I read up on this today, but it should be going through the chat. Thank you for the floating heart with just 10 jewels. I have to stop and thank anyone that supports the channel. And thanks for that, Allie. I think it's supposed to float through the jewels just float through the chat, kinda. So if anybody is here, you are a member, you have access to the memberships. You have access to the channel emojis, and I'm trying to drop some survivor bucks in the chat for Ali. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you're a member, please drop some survivor bucks in the chat for Ali. I'm gonna have to give them feedback. Y'all need to let us show those on screen, but they did say that they just kind of float up through the chat only. The jewels, but they're so cute. I didn't even know. I'm gonna have to go and check those jewels out because I'm not even sure. You know how they. I just read up on them because people give them, and I just wanted to. I'm not able to put them on the screen, so I just wanted to let you guys know, give you the feedback that I did check on them, and that's what's happening. So anyway, yeah, he's a lot, but she didn't respond. But I need y'all to listen for when he say the beef is over, because when he says the beef is over, that's when the real stuff starts to happen, and she does not let him get away with the narrative that he has been floating out here. So for anybody that's in the chat that's saying, oh, that's not his child, okay, we're going to listen to what she says to him, and then he never says it's not, and how he responds. But what does he do today? He gets on his live and he says some nasty things, y'all. It's not funny, none of that, but that's a video for another live. Like, yeah.
Brandon, give me that mic, cause he getting this shit. No, you got the mic. He's playing. What's up with you? What? Nice.
When I see you walk in,
I was over here.
I got a little happy.
Oh no. You need to go pray.
All right, pray. Let's pray. This way.
No.
Come on, let's pray.
Hey guys, thank you for this opportunity to bless this family. I pray that we just get safe travels. I pray that Lord God that you can touch John heart, mind, and soul, and renew and restore his everything. We thank you for this. Reconcile. I pray that you strengthen us to be co-parenting for our son and not lose what matters most. I pray that your love can just surround us and help us, mold us, be who we're supposed to be. I pray that Lord God, you can just strengthen us. And then we're thankful for the blessings that you have given us. Go as we please. I rebuke anything around him. It's not supposed to be with him. What? People, places, and things. I rebuke all distractions. Why are you laughing in the break?
For those of y'all that couldn't hear, she said that she prays that she rebukes anything that's around that shouldn't be. He started laughing. She said, why are you laughing? That means people, places, and things. What does he do? He's mad because things didn't go the way he did. So he gets on his live stream and tells Nevaeh that she said that she's praying that he leaves Nevaeh and comes back and be in a relationship with him. And of course, she over there eating it up. That's not what she said. That's not what was heard, and that's not what she said. She said she rebukes all things. That means people, places, and things. She explained to him what she meant. He laughed. They are praying here. People clip this up and put it online like they're together. They're on the boat. They're this, they're that, without any freaking they added their own context to what's going on here. You can see the video is playing straight through. I am not clipping anything. This is the actual video that's being streamed live. And now it is a video on the channel because it's just a live stream. She says, I'm going off live, ends the live. If she does not take the live down, it stays as is. If she takes it down, then nobody sees it. She didn't take anything down. So this is actually the live stream. And this people clipped it, and now you see the clips that's online, and oh my gosh, are they spinning a narrative? But this is right after this is where I need you guys to listen, because you can definitely clearly hear what she says to him and his response. And when he gets embarrassed, turns around and leaves and tucks his tail between his legs because she called him out on the carpet. Normally, if a narcissist is very calculated, if something is not planned out and it hits them from the side, they can't deal with it. It's a bunch of embarrassment. You could definitely tell when his cameraman wouldn't follow him inside. He asked somebody else to make him a plate, and how he's eating that chicken, he was defeated eating that chicken. Let's go.
Pray a million times with no action. I'm good. Leave it like that. No, like leave it like that. No.
Huh? I did. I said amen.
Okay.
Come together. It's, I mean.
It's hurtful. It's not cool. You came out here asking for a plate, nigga. You don't need no plate. You just bored.
It is your fault.
No, it's not, yo.
He tried the Nevaeh tactic on her. It's not working with her. She's not Nevaeh, but she's not the Chrisean before, where this stuff used to work on her. She's not drinking. She's not smoking. She has a sound mind. She's using discernment, all of the things. And he's still using these narcissistic manipulation tactics that he's currently using, that he uses on Nevaeh, which is crazy, but they're not working with Chrisean right about now. She's not having it. She told him, I think the engine turned off when she said, the first thing that she said after he said the beef is over, she said the beef is over. There was silence. And then she said to him, the beef is over when you start claiming your son. The beef is over when we get in the ring and I beat your whatever in the ring. That's when the beef is over. And then you could basically hear what she said, because the engine kind of like slowed down. So then he goes back to this manipulation tactic, talking about something is all her fault and cracking a smile, because this is what he does to Nevaeh, and it works. It's not working here.
Are you quick one?
Whoa. Huh?
Ooh, what? Nothing.
What's the last thing you just said? I'm not Clifford.
So don't, why the fuck you think you can ask for a plate? Like, that's not rage baiting.
You putting some food on the plate for me? Is rage baiting? You don't want to put food on my plate?
No, you're a clown. Why would I put some food on the plate for a clown?
Now you're rage baiting me.
She said, you are a clown. Why would I put some plate on the food for a clown? He said, now you're rage baiting me. Isn't he always promoting the circus? Isn't he always saying that he is the ringmaster of the circus? So if that's the case, because she called you a clown, why are you mad? The ringmaster of a circus is a clown still. So what is the problem? You get online every day and say that you're a clown, but you don't like it in the tense that she's saying it in, the context that she's using it in. Now you got a problem because she is calling it for what it is. Why would I make a plate for a clown? He didn't like that.
We came out here.
call you out your name one time.
You was on the phone with AB saying bitch this, bitch that. What are you talking about? You know how to say that.
That's how I talk.
Okay, and that's how I talk to him.
Got him. If y'all didn't hear what she said she came out there to train with Adrian Bronner. You know, he's a professional boxer. He lost his way a little bit. Now he's a streamer. Now he's getting back to boxing. All right. Him and Chrisean, they both stream. They worked out one day. Second day, the guy that he's with, that's a whole nother story. But before, and this is why Chrisean should have never went to LA and she should have went to Miami and trained with the other person out there. Before she even got there, the first red flag was that AB called Blueface and asked him for permission to train with her. She don't need his permission. That was the first thing, right? So he was on stream and took this call, of course, talking like, man, all these BITCE, like calling bit. So when he just called her a clown, when she just called him a clown, he's like, oh, you're rage baiting me. That's not rage baiting me. She said, no, you're a clown. Why would you ask me to make your play? He said, but that's not rage baiting me. And Chrisean said, nah, you was on the phone with AB calling me all types of bitches, like BRTCH this, BRTCH that. He says, that's just the way I talk. Chrisean looks back at him and said, well, that's the way I talk. Let's continue. He didn't have a comeback for that. He just said, "Oh, he cannot believe it. I'm telling you, no, he didn't plan for that. He didn't plan for this. He did not plan for this. He's lost." All he could say was, and then silence for a minute.
You don't like low vibrations.
I'll make my own play.
Right? Your vibration is low. That's why I came out here. He can't fucking with me. He mad this shit that high. No. Come take this damn mic. Why is you rage baiting me?
That mac and cheese, that mac is good. That shit look bomb.
Then he thinking somebody gonna chase him.
And that's his cameraman. I don't want to go farther from there. He walked away because he's definitely embarrassed. You know, Nevaeh's at home watching. And the fact that he got shut down like that by Chrisean, he does not like it. He did not know what to say. And that is the real clip. I just wanted to show y'all that, right? So Chrisean, after they leave the boat, everybody's saying, oh, Chrisean was with Blueface. She was not. Let me see it. Let me show y'all, because I was gonna go from it, but I'm just gonna show y'all a picture of the guy she met on the boat. He is a football player. They were talking. She called her brother and she said, hey, Petey, who is her brother, and everybody's saying, she said, hey, BD. Why would she say, hey, BD? And he was on the boat. You got to make it make sense. So let me show y'all Corey. And everybody like, oh, he had a pocketbook. You know, that's a Goyard bag. Girl, go on that. Yeah. And he introduced himself to her. So I'm going to bring it back just so we can just see the small clip. And he can't say, Rebecca, listen, baby. When I tell you he cannot take it, he couldn't take it. He couldn't take it. His mom, everything he does is planned. The girl already came out and said how he comes out, how he plans his clips, how he plans to get clip farming. And that's all he does all day. And so a lot of stuff that he's saying, like he's just fooling his audience. It is for show. And nobody would be mad, but some of the stuff that you are putting together is just so diabolical and evil. Like, you know, it's crazy that he thinks that way. But this is her and Sunday now. They're eating. Sunday made her a plate because she didn't even want to go inside and be bothered, right? I just want to get to show y'all, this guy introduced himself to her earlier. He plays football. If you know, she plays football. Her brother plays football. He's D1, and she called her brother and was, telling, because the guy was asking her questions or whatever. And so when she left, her and Sunday actually went to a pool party with them. She explains that on her on the live she did yesterday. She was not with Blueface. Blueface went home, and Blueface, remind you, you don't see glasses here, because when she was downstairs earlier, she left her glasses on the table, and he must have went and picked them up. He sent her a text message, and he was mad because she put it online. He sent her a text message about the glasses that he took off the table because he saw her when she sat them there. So here we go.
What position? Receiver? That's what's up. Okay. Got like hold on. Okay. I was she get it. Okay. Go. You hot? Yeah, sit there. What's your name? Sorry, are you from Edinburgh? Huh?
Hell no.
Where? I'm from here, you.
So that's Corey. That is Corey. He plays D1 football at a college in Cali. He doesn't live there. They talk about where he's from, yada, 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 and all this other stuff. And she calls her brother Petey because her brother Petey just went back to school. He's still, like, I think he's going to get his master's. He finished his bachelor program already, but he is D1. Anybody knows that I love Petey. Nobody better not say nothing bad about Petey. I just love Petey. Petey has his children everywhere he goes. Every single place that he goes, you will see her son with his children on his hip, on his back, everything. He does not leave his kids. But him and Chrisean are the babies, and she took care of him as she still does. A lot of people really don't know the history behind her, but they like to say. So out of all of that, she caught up to she went to, they had a pool party after they got off this boat. This was just a day thing. She went to the pool party on Sunday with Corey, and it was a bunch of people, other girls or whatever. And she got on the plane, and they thought that she wasn't going to make it to practice. She went straight to practice off the plane, and that's where she got the good news. Her teammate is the one that streamed it on her channel, not Chrisean. She wasn't streaming yesterday during the day, and Chrisean, made the announcement on her channel first before Chrisean made it. They're in the gym together, so she gave her permission to do it. But Mia has been somebody that's always been in her corner. She says she wished that she went to LA with her. She didn't like the way things went, but nonetheless, all the right moves are being made. She's now a pro boxer. Her next fight is September 19th, where she'll be fighting as a pro. And I believe that fight is going to be in Baltimore. As of right now, they haven't given any information about who she's fighting, whatever. She needs to stay focused. As God continues to elevate her, we never know. I'm from experience, I'm telling you, you just never know what will happen. If I share a story with y'all or what just happened and how you don't have to pray evil against people and just know that God's going to handle it, you guys will probably be like, so, hold on. I'm trying to stop this because I want to just get to the important clip, because guess what? I saw clips of it, but I really didn't get to watch the full thing of it. But the smallest part that I saw of it, it was so heartwarming to me. And in times like these, she's going back and forth with, Blueface, but then she has business calls coming in. at the same time. And I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to talk while I find the clip. Her coach and his wife, actually, they're like family to her. She calls her coach Papa Coach. You have people out here trying to put narratives out here. She's messing with the coach. No, she's not. She also calls his wife her stepmother. The woman known as her stepmother, which is the coach's wife, she watches her every move and sees what Chrisean can't see. And they definitely talk to her about it. So basically what she had told, her husband is that, she understands, like, Chrisean being wherever, but people can take how she was dressed in a different way. Even when she went to the gym to train with AB, she said she noticed the guys that were around her, were staring, and like it wasn't a good space for her to be in, but she's dressed for the gym. But so there's a whole lot of things like they are helping her with. And she's just saying, like, nobody was really there with you. Nobody was there with you, to look out for your best interest really. And, basically Sunday doesn't know. I think I gotta pull up a different clip because it's not in here. Hold on. It's not in here. And unfortunately, Chrisean did say something, and it's so true. There is nobody to hold Blueface accountable. Nobody's really on his team telling him, pointing out to things to make sense to him that he shouldn't be doing, right? Okay, I think this is it. Hold on, y'all. I think I found it. So nobody's telling him, that you're moving in the wrong direction. Okay, so we got Deion Sanders on this clip. And I think that is really important that somebody of his stature takes, yes, Becca, yes, she does. Normally when she goes out of town, her lead trainer goes with her, or somebody that she trusts from the team. Sunday is okay, but she's lives in LA. What Sunday can only do and say but so much. A lot of people don't trust her. I haven't seen anything to say that I don't trust the woman, but a lot of people say they are side-eyeing her. I'm not sure about that. All I know is the woman is a businesswoman. She owns a lot of properties in LA. She owns a lot of businesses in LA. And now when she goes to LA, Chrisean is with her. And it's been like that for a while. I don't think that Sunday is I don't know. A lot of people just don't trust her. I don't know. And Allie, that is definitely what I'm saying. I really feel sorry for all of these innocent kids in the mix. Yeah, he needs to get some serious guidance and being held accountable, honestly. But what he does is he thinks about it. He's calculated. So then he thinks about what he's going to say before he gets online. He spins a narrative, and then he comes online with the narrative. So the narrative that he came out about why he has not seen his children, even though Jaden Alexis was in LA this weekend and last weekend. And because he said he didn't. So last weekend was, now that she's seeing other people and they're in the house with her, from time to time, I don't feel safe. I need to be in a safe space to see my children. And I get that and I understand that. But the children was with your sister last weekend. This weekend, they was with your mother. What is the excuse? What's the excuse? There's no excuse. He's just talking and blowing out hot air. Because Jaden Alexis is not dealing with him right now. I'm dealing with somebody else. He done said F his kids. You don't went to the extreme where you say that your kids. I'm talking about his firstborn Javon. And his daughter Pinkface. You are calling these kids your step kids. Anybody that's supporting that is crazy. This don't have nothing to do with Chrisean. This is about those children. And anybody that can sit around and say that that's good behavior, it's not. Those kids have done nothing for him, to him. His son was crying because he wanted to talk to him. He would not talk to his son. But then his daughter, because it's on another clip that his mother put up, she didn't even want to talk about him, say nothing. His daughter is intelligent, y'all. 4 years old. The little girl is smart. She just, because it's like a sailor. And that's just, and puts it all in the right context and everything. It's like, oh my goodness. But y'all want to record everything for content. And then it's somebody else's fault when they report on it. No, your daughter's very intelligent. Y'all need to hone in on that and do something with that. I keep saying his son is great when it comes to basketball. Hone in on that and do that. No, you over here playing twiddle-dee and fiddle-diddle with somebody else's child. And now the internet is going crazy with all of these allegations. Listen. Some of these, you got people that support him, you got people that don't support him saying the same thing. Did he put himself in this position? Yes, you did. But how's mama gonna try to spin it and say Chrisean? I'm like, what is really going on here? She's not in the house with them. She's not the one laying up with his son. She's not groping that girl's son's face. She's not doing the things that you're over there doing with this girl's child and people are feeling their way about it and calling it out. She don't control that. How is it her? I'm confused. But okay. But this is Deion Sanders. I think this was very important because after everything that went on, Blue continued to text Chrisean during his live. She continued to respond, but she's saying everything that she's texting. And then he proceeds to call her from the no caller ID number, the same thing that he's doing to Jaden and Alexis. And they're saying that Jaden and Alexis is lying. But Chrisean showed it before she answered it. Here's somebody calling me from no caller ID. I guarantee you it's this dude. Who is it? It's Blueface. Telling her she needs to act like a girl. And all this other stuff. So she hung up on him and blocked him. But his messages kept coming through. She has to do something else. I know I blocked somebody too, and the messages kept coming through for some reason. I had to have my son fix the phone for me because I'm like, I blocked this person. Why are the messages still coming through? My son was here at the time and he fixed it for me. But he continued, and then Deion Sanders called in right at the right time. And that's what we're going to look at now. I think it's beautiful for her to have people that call her and check on her well-being. They have her best interest at heart. So this is not the first time that she's speaking with Deion Sanders. He reached out to her after her first fight. Also, he went live with her with his sons, Deion Jr., Sanders Jr., and I forget what his other son's name is. He's really rooting for her. Deion Sanders is a man of faith. He is, regardless to whatever's going on with him. People cannot tell people that they don't really believe in God. That's not for us to make that determination. That's the relationship between the individual and God. It's not a relationship with you and everybody else. People have to have their own intimate relationship with God. May sound weird to some people, but if you know, you know. You have to. It is in the Bible. God is a jealous God. So you have to have your own relationship. But this is more like a support system for her. And I'm glad that they are not allowing this guy. They're watching all of the plays that's going on. And she's at a level right now where we don't need him. We need him to be gone. And we daggone don't want y'all. I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna put my neck out there because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna post it on Instagram, but that's the way I'm gonna tag her coach in it. We do not need a Clarissa Shields stepping in and her training with her. We do not want right now. Clarissa Shields is not somebody that she needs to link up with at this point. We are praying and for endorsements. She got a lot of people that are calling her and asking her for, like, to be like, to already endorse, for endorsements. Clarissa Shields don't have no real endorsements because of her character. Because of her character. So as a retired, paid, published model, I can tell you that brands do not want to work with you. Brands will not put their brand on the line if you got a lot of negative stuff going on. Now, they may let a little something pass by, but at the point right now with Clarissa Shields, first of all, you are openly dating, claiming, and fighting over a married man. It does not make a difference whether they are separated or not, because when they really look back at it, you reached out to Remy Ma to get fashion tips. This is what happened, y'all. It's all in the public. Like Remy Ma did not go back and clean off her Instagram from when Clarissa Shields was on there liking everything years ago. It's still there. You went from that until getting into her husband's DMs and now publicly dating her husband, even though they're separated. I don't want to hear nothing about Remy Ma cheated and this, that, and the third, and this, that. I don't want to hear nothing about that. You cannot come out here on these good internet streets saying that, which Clarissa Shields, she likes to fall back on this when everything else is not working. I'm a Christian. I'm a woman of faith. I believe in God. Y'all mad because God chose me and all this other stuff. You parading around. It does not work like that, y'all. It does not work like that. It does not work like that. We should know Clarissa Shields for being the boxer that she is, the Olympic champion that she is. We should be talking about her in that sense. Nowadays, when they talk about Clarissa Shields, the first thing they say, she's dating a married man. Remy Ma, this whole scandal, and now, just this past week, you done went to a whole nother low, Clarissa. You out here on these streets calling this man hubby. I don't even watch her no more, y'all. I'm not even lying. I can't, I don't even like to keep up with what's going on with her, because it is sad to see a woman go out like this that has as much talent and stuff that Clarissa has. And she should be known. She should be up there with the greats like Layla Ali. You're so jealous. You have so much malice in your heart that you're beefing with this woman. This woman that actually stood behind you and tried to be a mentor to you when you first came out. Watch how we need Layla Ali to hook up with somebody like Chrisean. We need Chrisean to hook up. No, it's the other way around, y'all. Let me put some respect on Layla Ali's name. We need Chrisean to hook up with somebody the likes of Layla Ali. Clarissa Shields is not it. When they say Clarissa Shields, this is not, yes, Becca Crush. It's not. It's diabolical, all the stuff that's going on in these streets. And somebody said the other day, oh, why y'all pulling her down? No, people were rooting for her. First of all, we didn't know her like that, really. A lot of people didn't know her until the scandal that she's in. I'm just speaking the truth. I'm not putting nothing down here or anything. A lot of people did not know who she was until she came out here. After she got the fashion tips from Remy, she came out here and started rapping on here. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know her. The people in the boxing world, they knew exactly who she was. I didn't. A lot of people didn't. So now the pictures come out. Layla Ali came out and tried to mentor her, all that stuff. And now she turned her back on her. Just like everybody else. She has a problem with everybody. When she gets into a relationship with people, she has developed these problems, with everybody. Kind of crazy. Nobody knew her. Exactly. I watched her one day before Chrisean's first fight. I watched Carissa get online, arguing, going off, saying some crazy stuff online. Out the blue, she just says Chrisean's name. And Chrisean, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm going to call you. I said, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No. No way. You don't need her. You don't need her. Tank stamped you already. But anybody doesn't know who Tank is, that's Gervonta Davis. Now, I do know him. I watched, one of his last fights. I was in DR. It was in a live event they had on the lawn out there. It was beautiful. So, yeah, I do know him. His story is interesting. To see where he came from, where he's going, and the issues and problems that he had in between. And, like whatever, he's coming back. Oh my gosh, Ali, thank you so much for the jewels. Let me drop some survival books in the chat for Ali. Hold on a minute. When the people supporting you, gotta stop and you thank them. I thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the sparkle. You just gonna have me in here sending out survivor bucks to you, Ali. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And so we don't need that. We need Chrisean to get these endorsements, right? So we're going to go ahead and listen to yes, Becca, Bad Business. We're going to listen to this call between her and I don't know if he's still a minister or not, Deion Sanders, but speaking into her and coming from somebody that you can truly respect and can see and is not afraid to call it out. But he's not the only one that's calling it out. There are some great men that are reaching out to her, kind of standing in the gap, if you will, if you know about somebody standing in the gap for you, because her lead trainer, he's away on business. And, so him and his wife is with him. They did speak to her, yesterday, and yeah, basically he gets on Chrisean like she calls that her father, Papa Coach, because Papa Coach he goes off. He goes off. So he like, yeah, we got stuff to do out here. You got all these people reaching out to me. All these people want to, it's a lot out here behind you. Like, get it together. She's like, oh, okay. He like that father. Don't okay me. I don't like that. Okay. No, I mean what I'm saying. Like, yeah. So he really, and so she's really getting a love that she was like kind of looking for elsewhere. But her whole team is like that right about now. She has Pastor Mike, who is her spiritual father. He don't play about her either, but he is the one that spoke this over her life when she first had her son. He said, watch what God is going to do with this one right here. Greatness is in her, and y'all gonna see. He said, mark my words. Y'all don't even have any idea. Everything that he said, that on that day, she actually put it, use it as one of her songs, as the beginning of one of her songs, and you're now seeing it come like to fruition. She just has to completely let go of this thing in the back. But shout out to Deion Sanders for calling her, and she gets emotional, and people start saying, "What is she?" Every time this girl cries because she's so grateful for where she is, to where she came from. If you don't know, then you don't know. You won't understand. But when you come from where she was, Yeah, she's of everybody. It's crazy. And we need for them to talk you know about you. Look at Bumgarner now. She's about to be on that show somewhere where Clarissa should be. Bumgarner, you put your hands on this girl, and now you're banned, and you're not even realizing that MVP and ESPN with these female boxers have never really been on ESPN. You cannot even be anywhere that MVP is right now. She's banned. So guess what? You don't get to be on ESPN. Girl, you had to put your career first, but you didn't. You out here chasing Papoose. That's another story though about Papoose. But anyhow, let's go. Let's
come. I don't know if he meant to call me. He said you're available now. You need to fix yourself available. I'm available.
Yeah, Sandra. Who told you to fix yourself up, girl? People just get on. You're already on live and see you. You watching already.
Chat. So he said, "Hey sis, Pop says you free." So Dion
also actually
want to talk to me. I don't know what it's.
So actually, Deion Sanders had his son reach out to her. He said, Pop said, "Are you available?"
Wow, but I'm excited. I love how everybody's checking in on me and making sure I'm okay. So recently, I just told you I got invited to Chrisean, actually, my son. He got invited to a birthday party, a kid's birthday party. So we're gonna be attending. My son always around his cousins, and he light up and he be active. So it'd be cool to see him like be cool. I'm gonna bring his walker and stuff, like, yep, cause he been getting his steps in lately, all that, like, what, all of that stuff, all that nature. Chat, I want to tell you something so bad though. I'ma just wait, cause you know I gotta wait to unload the clip. I can't just fire the whole clip.
I hope she told her. I'm telling y'all, it's some footage missing. I hope that's what she's talking about, because I remember. Chrisean, please don't put on no music.
Alright, chat, I'm gonna just focus on myself, right? I'm gonna delete stuff off my story because people actually watch my story that care about me. And I really don't want to be in no drama because it's not good for. Hello.
What's up, sis?
What's up, bro?
Come on, what you doing?
Streaming, getting my life together. I come to Miami to train and stuff.
When? Cause you know I'm in Atlanta, but I'm going to Miami.
This weekend, Friday.
You going this weekend?
Yeah.
I might meet you out there. I gotta see. I might have to go to Dallas.
Okay, that's what's up.
How long you go? You just Friday to what, Sunday?
Yeah, that's the only time I got my off days from camp. But even those days, I try to be productive, like for content wise, because I make good money on my kick. So. Right.
No, that makes sense. I'm gonna let you know. I might have, if I don't have to go to Dallas or film, then I'm gonna come.
Okay.
I'm gonna add Pops to the call. He invite him to the to your fight. He got
For real?
but just still invite him.
So this is this is Dion's son right now. So he's telling her he's gonna add Dion to the call and just invite him to the fight.
But Junior said he
Mr. Dion want to come to my fight? Of course. See, I roll out the red carpet for Mr. Dion. Who he bringing? What's his plus one? Chrisean?
No, thanks. I'm gonna call him out.
What, y'all already talked about this?
Well, I had told him about it. He you know, he coached, so we gonna try to. I don't know. I'm gonna see, cause you know that's season. So I'm gonna see. But Junior definitely gonna come, and you know, Shallow. Why you didn't stream with him when you was in Miami?
When he called, I was on stuff. He wanted to go to the gym. I'm gonna be so honest. I fell off a dirt bike, so my whole back and everything was sore, scratched up. So even sweat was burning it. I messed up my whole Miami trip, I'm gonna be honest. The Friday that I flew in, bro, I flew off my bike.
How you do that?
Okay, I was trying to go fast, and instead of going fast, I went up. And then instead of like pushing the brake to come back down, I jumped off because I was scared. I rolled off, and I got dragged by the bike, and then whatever. But I didn't scratch up my butt and my head. My head had scuff marks, but
So I take it that was your first time being on a dirt bike.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. Let me add Pops real quick.
I'm actually nervous. That's crazy, Mr. Oops, Mr. Dion Savage. Hey!
Okay, tell me what we doing. Come on now. I got interest in you, and I'm praying for you. And I see you googly eyes and all this and talking all. What we doing?
What we doing?
Yeah, what we doing?
We go with. He says you want to come to the fight.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I want to say hi. I'm honored to be on the phone with you.
Let's get to the nitty-gritty.
Okay, what's the nitty-gritty?
What I'm seeing online, I first of all, I know there's entertainment.
No, okay.
Give me the reality and the entertainment. Give me the reality.
All right, what? What you saying you see it online?
Yesterday, you know, God ain't create our necks to look all the way back for a reason. And sometimes we got a habit of going backwards instead of going frontwards like we are. I want to know, are we still going frontwards?
No, we still going frontwards.
Okay.
It just, I kind of got put in a situation where a person manipulated the situation. Because at first, I wasn't doing clips or views to co-parent or just be in someone's presence.
Right.
So he manipulated it for it to be that way, and then now it's like he made it into a narrative, and then I kind of got like, because we was doing this thing where we were seeing each other for the sake of our son, being there for one another, and then like me just pressing forward, and then out of nowhere it's like he couldn't use the situation in his favor anymore. So then like, I don't know, bro. He told me fix a play. I said, who are you talking to? Like,
yeah, but where are you right here?
Where I'm right here, I feel like I need to move with more discernment and just stay disciplined.
Yeah, but is there openness? Is there closure?
There's closure.
Okay. Well, I understand that we have to do things for the child and we want to see what's best. But sometimes we get caught up into digressing because we want to do what's best.
No, that's for sure. That's exactly.
Sometimes we get into reading comments instead of reading the Lord.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, we got to start reading comments of what comments will want us to do instead of reading what the Lord will want us to do.
Right.
Because you are so progressive. Like you got so much momentum. So much momentum right now. You're looking good. You're stunned. You're doing your thing. Your swagger back. Your skin glowing. Your body looking incredible. I don't want to see you miss anything.
Okay, my bad. That hit.
No, I just don't want to see
you
miss
appreciate
something
this.
that God could have for you because you're going forward right now. Everything about you is forward.
Right.
And when a nigga like me see something from yesterday, you know, in your way to stop your momentum, I get afraid of for you. Because sometimes we're not that strong to fight off those old feelings and emotions.
He better preach. What did I say, y'all? What did I say? He better preach. I'm so glad I'm telling y'all, I saw this. I knew that he was on the phone. I'm listening to this for the first time with y'all. When I tell you everything that he said, I said that in a different way. I'm glad he's hitting all these points and he's watching and letting her know who she is. You need to realize who you is. You are. You don't need to look back. You never needed Blueface. If y'all want to keep it 100, that was the path that she went. But it's a lot of lies sprinkled into how they got together. I love the way he said, stop reading the comments. Ooh, Dion, preach to her soul right about now. Ooh.
And that old tag that the enemy has on us, we get caught up into understanding and doing what's right for us. Yeah. Not for anybody else, but for us. Right. I know you want to be loved, you want to be appreciated, you want to be seen in a certain way, but we are seeing a whole new you that we've seen years ago, and everybody is happy for you, and everybody want to see you win. So when we see your yesterday with your today, we get scared for you.
Oh, no, I appreciate that. I'm taking it all in.
Okay, well, anything you do, I'm for you, and I'm happy, and I want to see you win. But if you ever want to talk about what I really see and what I really know from my experience of age, I'm very open. But everybody wants to see you win and happy and peace. That's what we want for you. Because you deserve it. Like, you deserve it. You've been through hell. Yeah. And you still going through, you smelling like smoke, and everybody know you've been through hell, but you are winning. Right. Like, you are winning in life right now, and we so happy for you.
Nah, I'ma listen. I hear you. I appreciate the call.
No, I had to. This is a must. This is a must, because I got love for you. I appreciate you. I respect you. But more than anything, I want to see you win. I ain't just talking about in the ring. I'm talking about in life. Because right now, you winning, girl. Right. You winning. And we happy for you. Like, you accumulated so many more fans. And I don't want that screaming junk to get in the way of your progress and where you're going.
Right.
Yeah, let's make sure you control your narratives.
Right.
Control your narrative. It's you. Yeah. You are the prize. You got to realize, when you look in that mirror, you are the prize.
Right.
Ain't no storyline without you. Okay, you are the controversy. You are you're the type of woman that God has given us that we got to have an opinion on. That keeps us interested.
Right.
Like, you can't come in the room and somebody don't have nothing to say. They gonna have something, like you stimulate some kind of chatter, some kind of talk. Right. DC does it, I do it like that. That's just how we are. That's what God blesses with. Right. A nigga gonna say something.
Listen.
Right? Let's just control our narrative. Okay. Let us be in control now. If they gonna say something, let's make sure we have control of that.
Okay.
Alright? Don't put yourself in a vulnerable position where niggas controlling your narrative, baby.
No, for real. Like, damn.
You too smart for that. You know game from a mile away. You know it. You got both sides. You got smarts and you got nigga smarts.
Yeah.
You know both sides. No, so come on now. Come on now. You on now.
Yeah.
Man, we ain't gonna go backwards. No, that's the devil is a lie. No. You gonna see me in the ring fight? I see you going backwards, nigga. I'm gonna be in that fight.
For real. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
No, you got it. I got love for you, and I want to see you win.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you do your thing, baby.
All right, see you. Well, I'm coming to your daughter's birthday party. Well, son's birthday party. She invited my son.
This nigga, she just trying to do a whoop de doo. That's all she trying to do a whoop de doo. She asked me for funding. I said no. This nigga is gonna be 2. He's not gonna remember this. No. No. You bring the nigga here, add it in the yard. That's it. That's why she's mad at you for grown folks.
Okay.
Well, I want you to leave the baby and you come. That's how she wants.
No, me and Chrisean was coming. We was coming.
Okay, I know. I understand. Black nigga, I know what it's for. That's funny. Yeah. All right, baby. Love you, girl.
Okay, love you too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. All right.
Chad.
And you see, and that's what I'm talking about, right? You got people that are calling her that really mean something, right? Because what's happening behind the scenes is, and on that guy's platform, he's downplaying the people that are in her corner, right? He's downplaying the men that will get out here and say something to him. He downplays them. Like, oh, they ain't got no money. Like he really know about that. You're the one in the $20 million. You're the one in $20 million worth of debt. You are the one that the house you're living in is. You're on borrowed time, right? The house you're living is in foreclosure. That's legal documents, right? It's all public, right? And then he goes to try to clown because she lives in a penthouse. He tries to clown her. And so the clown that lives with him, that's, having a child, there's a 1% possibility maybe he is. This is how it's dumb and slow. Forgive me, God. This is how simple-minded she is and how you can tell she never had anything, right? Everybody knows what a penthouse is. Normally, it's one level. It's at the top of a building. The view from Chrisean's room is crazy. Crazy. Prime real estate. The room that she is in right now is her streaming room only. So Blue goes and tells this dumb girl that he disrespects at every turn, every chance he gets. Oh, penthouse. She live in an apartment. That's something on the top of the basement. She responds and says, I'd rather be living in a house with a mortgage than living in a penthouse where somebody got to pay rent every month. And you don't know whether or not you're going to be able to keep up with the rent every month. What? First of all, there's options, which you have no idea about, right? You don't know whether she owns this penthouse, whether she's leasing a penthouse. And you talk about you'd rather be in a house where it says mortgage. Are you aware that the house is in foreclosure? That's why the house that you're living in is on the market, girl. And if they decide to do a short sale on the house you lived in, you got to go. But wasn't he the same person that was taking her around to see penthouses when her mother told her this was way when she was pregnant? Wasn't you the one taking Jaden around California to look at penthouses too? But you got somebody you live in a house with that has no knowledge about how real estate works. And so you're condemning somebody that lives in a penthouse. Because you believe everything this man tells you. Y'all lie to each other every day. It's crazy. I said, this girl she's making such a fool of herself. And the crazy thing is, you were homeless. So just because you're living in this house on borrowed time, you get to start pointing. Let me tell you something about Chrisean is a businesswoman, regardless as to how simple-minded she may act when it comes to Blueface. She is a businesswoman first, and she knows how to get a bag. There was a whole thing that happened. I was going to, say it on this live, but now we've been on here too long. I'm not even going to get into that right now, because that's a whole nother thing in itself. But people are actually out there trying to trace her footsteps back to the beginning, and it's not happening for them. It blew up in their face. You're embarrassed now all over this internet, and you have to come today's clips, and it's not in a good way. You look silly. And I hope that Chrisean does not let you back into her inner circle, because you have betrayed her. And all she did was help you. And you actually left breathing room for you guys to repair it, but then you tore it all the way down, and we watched it in real time. So I hope Chrisean remembers that. Remembers remembered what Deion Sanders just spoke to her, because I believe he spoke to me and everybody else that's on this live. We all can learn from what he just told her. Now, the spotlight may not be on us the way it is on her, but I do understand when he says, when you walk in a room, you command something. I am a woman. I am very melanated. I'm very melanated. I'm going to tell the story, and then we're going to get out of here. I'm melanated. And I cannot help my skin. I cannot help my features. I cannot help any of that. This is what my mother, father, and God gave me. I'm very comfortable in the skin that I'm in. My look got me some work that, people told me I couldn't get. I got it. Did what I had to do. I had a photographer fly to Jersey from Germany to simply take pictures of me. He flew here. I couldn't believe it. Got back on a plane the same day and flew back to Germany. The same day. And I became a model from writing a bucket list when I was battling cancer. I wrote a bucket list, and I wanted to be casted for one show. That's the route that she's going. But you got this man that knows that, and he's in the background. He wasn't mentioning her until this happened over the weekend, and it is a whole avalanche of stuff that he started posting. A lot of it is live, so if you want to sit over there and listen to what he's saying and believe it, oh well. Some of this, is it Chrisean's fault? Yes, it is. I think that she publicly held herself accountable, but at the same time, the video that we watched of her on the boat where he was, and the way she responded to him, was the catalyst for all of this. And that's where it is. She didn't respond the way he wanted her to respond. And that's where it started. So I wrote a bucket list, and I just wanted to do one show. I wanted to be casted for one fashion show. I casted for it. I got it. It was a, you might as well say 2-day thing. It was started on Friday. We had Saturday, we had Sunday. Friday, it was something where we went and we checked into, like all the models checked into a hotel. The girl Shakara, I forget her name. She was on America's Top Model. I want to say she was the first plus size model to win America's Next Top Model. She came on Friday. She was very nice. That Friday it was Tammy Roman. We thought she wasn't coming because she got sick, but she came anyway. Music Soul Child was there. Tank was there. I'm talking about Tank the singer. It's the reason why I don't like him. He was very disrespectful. Is it Terrence Henderson? I think that's his name. The guy that played some, I don't know, but he was very nice. Maxwell performed that night, the first night. And Miguel was the next night. So it was a bunch of like celebrities, and we modeled in between. So it was a thing I was supposed to just do it, and just that was it. I cast it for the show. I was gone. On to the next thing on my bucket list now, because you know I need to check my bucket list off. And I had this light-skinned girl with hazel eyes tell me, "Oh, you wouldn't be able to book a national campaign because your skin." Huh? I don't like when people challenge me and tell me I can't do something because I'm gonna go in overdrive. And that's just what it is. And I said, you what? I couldn't do what? So there it goes. I just started going, and it went crazy how things happen. I started modeling with hair first, and then I had a friend that was a fashion designer. He has been a fashion designer for a long time. I went and met up for him. Like, we just did some quick shots in his studio, and then he's like, "Yeah, you know what? Why are you modeling with that hair?" I said, "Well, you know, I cast it for the one show, and when I did that, this is like the look that I came out with." I said, then I booked a couple things in New York after that. I said, I really didn't want to do this, but he's like, "Nah, I think, like, you know, you had cancer, you're bald, just go." He's like, that's the look. You need to do that. So my hair just started like growing back, and it was just like straight, and like I was just another from somewhere else. Like, it wasn't just, you know, my hair, it was just growing back, and it was just so straight, like just straight. It was so I you know, I went and got a haircut. Yeah, it was. I went and got a haircut, y'all. And it just went crazy after that. And not only did I book this campaign, it's with the company Ashley Stewart. The thing about me is the top of me is I'm small, but my hips are curvy. So in modeling, it's sick, but straight size model stops at a size 6, sometimes a size 4. Anything over that, they consider plus size. It's crazy. Hence the reason why you see girls walking down the runway and you're like, what the heck? Why are they so skinny? The history behind that is because when those girls walk down the aisle, they want the models to look like the clothes is on a hanger, and like it's on a hanger. That's the basic history of it. You have girls that are bulimic, you know, every day, you know, putting their fingers on to stay under a certain weight and a certain size because they want to model. Then there's a lot of things that go on in the industry that shouldn't. I wasn't going for none of that. I never had to have any of those problems because I'm never going to compromise who I am, my morals, my beliefs, or nothing. And at the time that I started modeling, I was a certain age. These girls was trying to figure out, how old are you? Well, how did you do that? I'm telling y'all, it was within a year. I had them booked. So everything. I was signed to 2 agencies in New York. It went crazy. I made history more than once. Like, Not only did I book with this company, I booked bald as a bald model, no hair. I bought a wig. I said, well, I can test shoot with this. I can test shoot with that. It's like, we don't want you with the wig. We want you bald. So I did that. I didn't tell nobody. I just let the pictures come out. Bam. The pictures came out. I woke up the next morning. I was on Essence blog, Vibe blog, what is that other blog it was? This is when the magazine blog stuff was, switching over from like paper to like everything now is like online. I was all over these blogs. It was really, really, it was crazy. So imagine, like, I have a corporate job. Like, what the freak? Like, I'm just like, invitations coming from everywhere. It is overwhelming. I don't know how Chrisean does it. I'm somebody that's not even out there like that. But when I tell you that it was very nerve-wracking to have people that are in the fashion industry know who you are and call you and you're somewhere and you're not, that's not what you're thinking about. Just that little bit of people, like, it was like scary to me. And I know who they were talking and whether or not they were from the industry, because I modeled just using like my first name, my real first name, and my middle name. I dropped my last name, and that's what I modeled, using my first and my middle name, because when the checks started coming, I need them to be in my name. Like, listen, I don't got time. I didn't, turn myself into an LLC as of yet, because I'm still like saying, do I really want to do this? But one of the highlights of me being out there, I used to just show up to like events fashionably late because I was considered a curvy model. My friend who was a fashion designer, a lot of his stuff was he dresses the real woman, the curvy woman. But in the fashion industry and when he does stuff, it's a lot of straight models that, he uses for the different things that he does in the city. So I became the face of his curvy line. And a lot of the times people could not get to him because they didn't know how to get to him. So now he's showing up and coming to all of these curvy events because of me. So because I'm coming with him, I took advantage of that, because they have a model sitting there showing till 7 or 8 o'clock. You call time is at 12. They ain't feeding you, ain't giving you no water, no nothing. These girls just sitting around hungry. If you ain't bring no water, you out of luck. They might give you some crackers or something like that. Oh, no, I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna be able to sit that long. No, no. So I took advantage of that. I did charity, fashion shows for free for breast cancer and stuff like that. But I showed up to this event in New York. It was a big thing because the New Yorker, if anybody knows about the New Yorker magazine in New York, it is just what it is. I don't need to just like really talk about it. It's the first time they ever they had ever came to a plus size event and started covering like the curvy model. All right, I show up fashionably late. I'm dressed in my friend's designs, because anytime I'm not, doing work with somebody else, I always wore his brand. So I'm dressed in Marco Hall. I show up, bald head, Prada glasses, clutch under my arm, and I'm just sparkling from the suit, the jumper I had on with sequins. And I get there, the thing starts. I go, I see both of my agencies. They are, say hi to the girls from the agency. I'm really a loner. I'm an introverted extrovert, if you will. And so this guy comes up to me. I just got there and he's like, oh my gosh, I love the look. Can I take some pictures of you? And I'm like, I just got here, let me say hi to some people I know. He's like, this is the first time we're doing like a plus size event. I'm from the New Yorker and I want to put you in the New Yorker. I'm not jumping into, I could have pulled any of one of my agents, and I didn't believe him. I'm going to just tell you, I did not believe him. So I said, oh, why not? Let's just do it. I got in the corner, I start posing, blah, 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 whatever. So I told you I still have a corporate job, so I'm at work. And so my friend, he's a part of LGBTQ community. He texts me like, bitch, and I'm like, what? He's like, are you sitting down? I said, I'm at work. You know I'm sitting down. We're texting back and forth. He's like, you ready for the? I said, what do you want? I can't stay on the phone. Wait, he said, I just sent you a text message. Look. And I said, oh, what is this? He's like, you're on a whole spread in the New Yorker. He said, that's a physical magazine, bitch. I said, what? History. You can't take that from me. I said, oh my goodness. Did you give me a copy? He's like, no, I'm keeping this copy. I said, so now I got to go find somewhere where there's actually selling the physical magazine. So I was able to go and find it. I have it. I actually framed it. But then I'm going through Instagram, like, the end of the day, and I'm sitting at work and I'm like, oh, somebody shared the picture that they actually had on the New Yorker's website. Who is this blog? It's a blog to me. I didn't know. So I contact my friend. I'm texting him like, did you share like the New Yorker thing anywhere? I said, because it's different from what's in the magazine. But I said, it's on this page. I am other. And he said, that's Pharrell's page. I said, oh, he shared this picture. He said, oh, he got that straight off of the New Yorker's blog. I said, well, get the hell out of here. It was just stuff that was just happening. And it was just crazy. But I had got the photographer's information, and I had just sent him something, told him thank you, because I didn't believe that I said, I was just actually playing around because I didn't believe you. And he said, no, I told you I was going to put it in the New Yorker. So it was me and this other this other plus size model who is big in plus size modeling. And her name is Rosie Mercado. Is it Rosie Mercado? Something like that. I think that's her name. We were the only two in there. And the lady that gave the event, they had her in there, but they put her as a sketch. So just like an outline, they named her. Do you know that she was mad at me? Why are you mad at me? I didn't do this. I didn't ask this man to take pictures. I didn't even know what was going on. I was late. I showed up fashionably late. So what you mad at me? I didn't tell him to put you on the front of the article as a sketch. I didn't believe he was going to really use the picture. So that happened. And it was just so crazy. The last interview that I did was with a blog. And she was asking me, so what's next for you? And I told her I quit. She said, what? I said, I quit. I have not announced it, but I'm about to tell the people I'm retired. She said, but you're just getting started. I said, I didn't ask for all of this. It kind of like fell in my lap. She's like, do you know that girls have been working for years trying to get where you are? I said, what's for you is for you. And I can't even tell you. I told her, the only way I can explain it is like I worked my corporate job still. I never gave that up. And the only way that I can explain it is I can't. I don't know how I was able to get through. I know. Let me not say that, because like, okay, so we thought. Now I know that it was God. I know that part of it. I get that. But still, like, so in my mind though, I'm like like right after that, I'm just like, I'm so tired now. But I used to be in and out of the city like 3 to 4 times a week for like hours. Like I like have been on, photo shoots when I'm shooting for a brand. Like it's like a full day, but you get like you make like for one day, depending on what you got going on, you make like good money. Is somebody's salary, right? And it's like just you work probably maybe about like sometimes 5, maybe sometimes 6, 7, 8 hours. And I just like used to like not tell anybody nothing and let my work come out and let it just speak for itself. And people were like, oh wow, like, oh my God, like, oh, that's you, like, oh, like, yeah. And I was tired of it. So I quit. I didn't want to do all of this. I said it was a part of my bucket list. I wanted to cast for one show. I said all of this modeling and doing like just I can do high fashion work. I did couture. I did like national like campaigns, like for commercial campaigns and stuff. I may come through your timeline. You don't know it's me because I did some TV. I did the couch. I did some work for Old Navy on the couch. They came. I did like some. I was just some of everywhere. And like, so the couch is like the TV, that daytime TV show that comes on. Like it was just crazy. It was crazy. And so I thank you so much, Shalonda Green. Thank you. It was just crazy. I've modeled with, if you don't know her, and I'm in pictures on the timeline with her. Model with Lyric Cross. She calls herself the plus size Naomi Campbell. I model with Oprah. Has a extra. Sometimes you see somebody out, you think it's Oprah Winfrey. It's not. It's Trisha Campbell. She has been Oprah's double forever. I modeled with her, the great Jeannie Ferguson of New York that does the runway plus stuff, and she's on a lot. I've seen her in commercials lately, and I'm like, oh, Jeannie's still out here. She's still going. Like, it's crazy. Like, I was among all this stuff. I've been to industry parties. Celebrities do not excite me. I've never been excited about celebrities ever. But the biggest thing for me, as it relates to being a model and, being elbowed, in a room with these people in VIP, Whoopi Goldberg. I went to Whoopi Goldberg gave her daughter a surprise 40th birthday party. It was crazy. The people that was there. Shout out to the hater that lives in ATL. What is his name, y'all? Not the little short one that wears the high heel shoes. The other one that's on that show. I didn't watch that show that he's on. The other guy, he does hair. He's bald headed with oh gosh, what's his name? Shout out to Nisi. Thank you so much. Let me put some survivor bucks in the chat. Those things we can't put on the screen. I would love to. I just found out about the jewels, but I will. Oh, how did I do that? I will drop some of survivor bucks in the chat for you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. What is his name? Y'all, I never watched that show, but he played. It was a good show. Everybody was talking about it. But you got to be careful how you treat people, right? Because you just never know. So I go into Whoopi Goldberg is giving her daughter a party. And my friend is calling me. He's cursing me out because he's like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm on the way. Like, calm down. What? Like, okay. Like, what are you calling me for? Like, I'm coming. He's like, because the red carpet is open and I want you on the red carpet. They're waiting to interview. Like, that's how he talked to me, y'all. Like, listen, and that was me and him. And normally I would go somewhere with him, but today I was not doing any work. Okay, it's a party. I'm coming, right? Well, yeah, I'm coming. Okay, they're waiting on the red car. Okay, you didn't tell me that I was being interviewed. Okay, I'll try to get there. Actually, I'm driving. I'm not catching the train. I'm not hopping on the path. I'm driving today so that we could just get in the car and leave after it's over. I'm coming. Okay, now that I know that these people are, okay, I'm coming. All right. So I get there and do a little interview with them, walk in the back, and I'm saying hi to a lot of people that I know, whatever. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? All those other stuff. And this guy, what is his name? Is Terrence something, y'all. So y'all help me out. Help me out with this. Help me out. Shout out to Nisi just dropping these Jews in the chair. Help me out with this guy. Not the short guy, the stout one that wears the high heels. It's the other one. What is that show that he was on, y'all? Everybody used to talk about it. Oh my gosh, I cannot remember that show that what's the name Lee Daniels or something had out. But anyway, he was there. He was sitting just inside VIP. So, I'm just happy, like walking in and saying hi to everybody because I'm cordial and that's just what it is. He turned his head and gave me like the hand, right? So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So I saw one of Tisha Campbell's sister, the other one I just was not that one. Their other sister is the stylist. She was there, said hello to her, like just saying hi because it's the right thing to do, right? So then Whoopi Goldberg's makeup artist, her name is Karen. Sometimes on the View, they will bring Karen out, and Yancey used to be her hairstylist, but he's not there anymore. Yancey Edwards, he's not there anymore. But here comes, Karen, and she's always, when she sees me, she just goes crazy, and she's already over the top, right? And she comes out like, oh my God, it is the, and she's like doing the mom thing. And I was just like, you are so extra in here. And I'm just talking to her like, you always gotta overdo it. So now his head turns and he looks at me. And guess what? So I wasn't in VIP. I'm just standing right outside of VIP because I just didn't go in yet. Right? So then I go in and Whoopi Goldberg said, you know what? This is the last picture I'm taking with her. Anybody else? I'm not doing any more pictures today. She's like, come on. And we took a picture. It was me, her, and this artist. We took the picture, and then that was it. So then I go to walk back out because Marco was with somebody else. And then the guy, he's like, hey. And I just looked at him and turned my head. Like, for me, I'm just me. For somebody else that knows me for some of the work I did, they may think that differently. You just never know. You never know. But don't speak to me now because the woman that's giving the party is acknowledging, and now she's like I'm taking and she's saying, this is the last picture. She didn't say this is the last picture because it was me, but I just happened to be the last picture. That's that. But you wouldn't know that. And people just, do certain things like that. But the best moment, the person that I met and I probably fanned out on more than anybody that I was in a room with. And the moment just meant so much to me. I don't know if anybody knows Ntozake Shange. She wrote for Colored Girls, When the Rainbow Is Enough. And Tyler Perry, based on that movie for Colored Girls, was kind of like written from the standpoint of that book of that Ntozake Shange. If you don't know who she is, you need to look her up. When I tell you, that was one of the highlights, one of the best moments of my life, to be in the presence of somebody like that. I was started being with her, like, cause my best friend, who's a fashion designer, is actually friends with her. He styled her once, and then they had become friends over time. Of course, she's much older than he is, but they had a bond like nobody else. And I always thank him for sharing her with me, because I, I would have never been able to meet her. And if you don't, my daughter has a book of like all her poems and stuff. She remembers me saying the name, and she's like, Mom, look at what my grandma gave me. Ain't that the lady? I said, yes. And I told her, I said, that's a treasure that you have. And Tazaki, we called her Zaki. She passed on, but if you know, you know. And she used to always say, you so damn pretty with your black self. And it was a joke. We would laugh. It was just, that was like one of the highlights for me, like out of all of this. And then I quit. And the girls were like, what are you doing? I'm like, no, like, well, I wasn't, y'all, I wasn't chasing this. And so the last thing that I did was my own personal campaign. And it was the last thing I needed to do to close out my bucket list. And I did it. And where is it? Nisi, hey. Yeah, hey Nisi. I thank you so much for showing so much for support on the channel. I'm unable to share the jewels, but I'm happy I looked them up and found out, because people started showing putting them here, and they just kind of float through. From what I understand, they just kind of float through the chat. I don't like that they don't let us put them on the screen. I think that any time somebody supports, we should be able to share that. But the jewels, they don't allow us to share it. So the last thing I did was for where is it? Here it is. For my I do have, I wrote a book about my surviving strong, overcoming triple negative breast cancer with the resilient mindset. That is the cover of it. That's me on the cover. I did this campaign. This campaign was shot 10 years after I came up with the first idea. You really can't like see it. So the skirt is made out of a bunch of different pink ties. Like ties, men's neckties. And I came up with that idea. I bought these ties and I just had them in the bag. And me and my best friend, I just was like, yeah, I'm thinking of a skirt, maybe something like that. I don't know about the top as of yet. But if you look at my avatar, the one that's in the middle right here of talking, that is kind of like the shirt. I'm gonna have to change that picture and put more of the picture. I was able to like kind of like clone myself more to what I look like on my Survivor 2.0 page. Everybody, I got something coming out over there. It's a healing page for women. Some up to the Survivor Speaks 2.0 Instagram. Allie, if you do have the link for that, can you drop it in the chat for me, please? And so that is the QR code. If you scan it, it takes you directly to the book. I'm going to be resending the manuscript I wrote and self-published it myself. It's available on Amazon. Everything from the page color to the font. I do need to actually, I'm not embarrassed about it. I need to take, I think my husband on in the book, he wasn't around when I had breast cancer, and he's not around now. So I'm going to redo the manuscript. I was just being nice by putting him in the book, but you didn't have anything to do with my, you weren't around for my fight. And so the story in itself and why I created the Survivor 2.0 page, because I'm still healing from being married to a covert narcissist for 10 years, together with him for 12 years. And this is why I have the heart that I have for Chrisean. You wouldn't understand. You don't know that these men are narcissists at first, but that's a whole nother video about how it comes out. And that's why I know that Chrisean has no idea what she's really, really dealing with. And that's why I, I can relate to her story, and I'm just really, really praying for her, that she will be able to really, really release. The only way that she's going to survive Blueface, she has to let him go completely, regardless as to the child. He's not claiming the child anyway. He claims him when he wants to in the dark, but he doesn't. He's denying him. And now today, the rant that he went on about that baby is disgusting. I only heard somebody talk about it. I have not watched it yet. Don't know if I really want to watch it, but I like to keep up on those things. And I'm just going to keep Chrisean in my prayers, about that. But that is why. But that was the last thing that I needed to accomplish on my bucket list. And we came up with the shirt idea. I had told Marco, I said, Marco, I want the shirt I want the arms to be so exaggerated on this shirt. My daughter was 15 at the time. She was the creative director about on this. She came up with the whole hair idea. You see it in the right here in the middle. She came up with the whole hair idea, but when she came up with it, I was like, what are you talking about? And then Dawn Richard, I saw her do a shoot, and my daughter was like, that's what I'm talking about, but the tips make it pink, because everything is about breast cancer. That's why everything is pink on my page. That's why I'm Survivor Speaks. And that's just one of the things that I've survived. And so my daughter came up with the concept of like a Brax doll kind of thing. And the shoes, she ordered these. So it was really, really great to work with my daughter on like the project or whatever. And that was the last thing I did as a model. It was for myself. It was a personal campaign. Right now, I can't even wear heels anymore, y'all. I cannot put on a pair of heels. I can't wear them. I have the arthritis in my feet, so I can't wear them. I can't wear heels anymore. And I used to wear heels every single day, every day. Probably like Saturday, I would kind of like dress down. But if I had to do a show, of course, it had to be in heels. Shout out to Nisa, you sending these jewels through here and supporting the channel, and I definitely appreciate you. For that, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I tried and I put everything back into the channel. Thank you for even being here. It is an honor, and thank you, and thank you. And so, yeah, that was the last thing that I've done. So every October, they give us 1 month out the year for breast cancer. So if you ever hear me talking about breast cancer, I like to bring awareness to breast cancer and keep it going, because there is a thing where, and I'm trying to figure out how to weave this into my Survivor 2.0 page. Allie, I don't know if we got the Instagram link for Survivor 2.0. I have an app that I'm working on. I'm almost done with it. It's a healing app. The good thing about Survivor 2.0 and the healing journey is I'm still healing myself. So I just came up with this whole concept yesterday. It's really, really crazy that I'm going to like be introducing over there. But there's so much going on, so much to do. Like, I think I may have the link for the Survivor Speaks 2.0. Allie may be taking care of her daughter right now. She may not have heard me, so let me drop it. I would rather you guys sub up to that page and just watch what I have coming out there. I have been missing, haven't posted anything over there in a couple of days. If you follow, you're going to see something that I'm working on. I'm probably going to post something over there tomorrow. I may post it tonight, depending on if I get to it or not. But yeah, that is basically because I've been working on something, trying to figure out how I wanted to bring it out. So yeah, I do have the link here to my Survivor 2.0 page. So sub up to that. And the app is almost finished. And I'm just having a hard time with the developer because it's called to be called the diamond pink print, and they're every time they send the app back to me, it still says blueprint on it. So I'm kind of like working with that. So hopefully, like we'll have that going probably within the next weekend over there on that page. So um and I'm trying to see what direction I'm really going in. But the good thing about that is I'm healing right along with everyone else. And I'm glad to be healing. I'm like going through one of the roughest times in my life right about now. But then I had to realize in the healing, in my healing, that you have to breathe and know that sometimes God moves things out of the way because He's getting ready to bless you with something else. And the person that is in your life, it may not be good for the blessing that's about to come. Sometimes we fight it. I'm learning to, like I said, I get up in the morning and I don't touch anything, but I read, my scriptures for the day, and I pray and have quiet time with God, and then I move forward. That's how it goes. I'm a caregiver for my mother, and so a lot of days I have to run and make sure she's okay, or over there with that. And some days I'm just like I'm tired, but I have learned, like, it's okay to take a breather, listen to your body, but also somebody out here needs um to know that what they're going through, like a lot of us go through, and a lot of us are very quiet, keep to ourselves. Miss Nisi, thank you so much for supporting the platform. Now this I can show on. They will let me show this. Thank you so much for the super chat and supporting the channel. It means so much. I have been doing a lot of upgrades to run the channel. It's not free. And so I'm just, I'm revamping and coming out here and just sharing. I've always shared my story with people and I've always done, like, I call it like private, I'm like a private advocate, like, because some people are not comfortable sharing the fact that they are going through, they have breast cancer, or they were diagnosed with cancer and they're scared. Some people think that they have time, when we know that early detection is the best protection. And what I'm a triple negative I'm a triple negative breast cancer survivor, and this type of cancer, this makes me so mad and so angry. It's supposed to be a African American and Latino cancer, whatever that means, right? To me, I'm going to explain it to you how I see cancer. I actually wrote this in the book as well. Cancer, I call cancer the intruder. It sees no color. It doesn't have a gender. It doesn't care about gender. It doesn't care about none of that. It's an intruder, and it shows up and it says, I am here, and you deal with it. You're either going to fight or you're going to lay down and die. Period. I suffer from something called survivor's remorse. The two women that meant the most to me, one was my supervisor when I was diagnosed. She set everything up. I still have the email that she sent to me. She was 5 years of a survivor of 5 years. At the time she passed away, cut me deep. And so then I had another supervisor that passed away from breast cancer, left behind 3 young children. And I was hurt so bad. So I suffer from something called survivor's remorse. And every October I celebrate different. Some Octobers you're like, where's Survivor Speaks at? I'm silent. I'm blocked out the whole month because I feel it's not remorse, survivor's guilt. Some Octobers, yeah, I'm going full force. I'm going at it. But I will never be able to see misinformation and not. I don't want to call it calling it out, but like fixing it. So you had somebody who went viral, going off on Madison, T.S. Madison, and I listened and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of agree with what she's saying, but what happened? But until she got to the part where what you will never experience is childbirth and you'll never be able to experience breast cancer. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Wait, hold on. What? No. I said, I don't want, listen, ma'am, I don't want any smoke because you're reading her for filth. But I can't know what I know and I say something. Men get breast cancer too. And that's one of the things anybody that's ever come on my channel knows that when I end my show, that's how I end it. And because of the stigma, when I say because of the stigma surrounding the word breast, I mean that when you think about that word, you automatically think about a woman. You never think that a man has breasts. Thank you so much, Becca. I love pink, like I just everything because it's you don't think about that, but men get breast cancer too. So we've changed the word over here to pec and or chest cancer over here on the Survivor Speaks channel. If that makes men feel better, even when you're looking at it from a doctor's standpoint, if something is going on in that area, that's probably the last thing. Shout out to Nisi. Thank you so much for the flower. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the platform. When a doctor, that's the last thing that a doctor may think. If you're a man going to the doctor like, I'm having these issues in my chest area, we know that those are the pecs. The last thing they're going to think about is to test you for, breast cancer. There may be some, breast cancer, going on. So even, doctors are not, thinking along those lines. So I told her, I said, I don't want any smoke because you're reading Madison fulfilled. However, got to correct you, sis. Madison can experience breast cancer. I'm not even sure why you even went there. But you cannot, your post has went viral. You need to come on here and make that right. That's wrong. She can't, if that's what she wants to be called, okay, I'm going to respect that. She can experience breast cancer. Childbirth, one thing. No, breast cancer, absolutely. Absolutely. Somebody in my family is a 2-time breast cancer survivor and he is a male. Period. Don't put misinformation out here. I'm very passionate about that. Don't do that. They can get it. And that's the problem, because early detection is the best protection. That is the problem. They may wait too late to detect it. And we all know that once you delay treatment, things get worse for you. It starts to spread. Your lymph nodes normally are able to detect when you have some type of infection in the body. Cancer cells trick your lymph nodes, and sometimes your lymph nodes do not detect cancer cells. That's what happened with me. My cancer spread to the lymph nodes under my left arm, and basically, I opted, because you cannot over research, but you should research, but don't over research. Because I thought I was on my own agenda, but it's God's agenda. They could not save like my left breast at all, right? But I did read that normally, like when you have it in one breast, yeah, they do what they got to do. And then it comes back in the other one. So you do have the option to have them remove both. What they don't tell you is that the insurance company has to reconstruct your breasts back to the size they were. Well, it depends on the state. In the state I live in, the insurance companies have to reconstruct your breasts back to the size that they were at the time that you were diagnosed. They don't tell you that they pay for that. But if you accept the prosthetic boob, that is the boob that you put in the bra every day and it be falling all over the place. And sometimes women be like, F this thing, I'm going to take it out and throw it away. If you accept that, they do not have to pay for your reconstruction. Crazy work. Crazy work. They will even pay for you a wig. They, at the time I had cancer, it was like up like $1,200 they would give you for a wig, even though they denied me. They don't call it a wig. They call it a cranial cap for the insurance company. But they still had the right to deny you, and they denied me. So whatever, screw you or whatever, because a lot of people that was making those wigs, they have the hump in the middle and whatever. I'm just gonna go bald. It's too hot any daggone way. I'm just gonna go with the bald look because it fit me. So forget it. But they do, the insurance company, they don't call it a wig. They call it the cranial cap. So that's why I say never judge a book by its cover. When I first saw my breast surgeon, I said, who's this whack job they sent me with? She's a Caucasian lady, and it looked like she got up and said, you know what? I'm just going to cut my hair today because I don't feel like going to the hairdresser. And when I saw her, I was like, what the? When I tell you, she set me up so nice. She brought me in the office to explain to me about what the diagnosis, what they found, in a way that I can understand like a child. I still have the drawings to this day. She made these little stick people, like everything. She told me everything that I was supposed to have that the insurance company didn't have. So people thought I was crazy when I was going through breast cancer because from day one, I said, I'm already healed. I just got to do the work. People was calling me crying. Oh, my sister called me. Oh my God, you're going to have to go to the Cancer Centers of America. I said, listen, I can't do this right now. When you get it together, call me back. Click. I was hanging up on people. I'm click. Y'all, I had did one chemo treatment and I started combing my hair that night. My hair started coming out. My daughter's 5 months now at the time, like she maybe 6 months. And my mother was staying with me on day, when I got treatment, like for 3 or 4 days afterwards. So like it's 3 or 4 in the morning, and I'm in the cancer, and I'm in the bathroom in the mirror, and I'm singing, I am not my hair, and I'm cutting my hair off myself because I'm like, I refuse to let cancer win at any turn, right? And my mother comes up, she's like, what in the world is going on? I said, chemotherapy will not take my hair out. I'm not attached to this hair, and I'm cutting it before. I said it started coming out when I combed it. I'm cutting it out. But she's like, what are you singing about? Because I'm singing India Irie. She made the perfect song for this. And my mother just was like, let her be. It is. She's calling my uncle like, oh. He like, Jeanette, this is her journey. Listen, my mother would be like, in the mornings, I had this healing series I used to play in the mornings. I didn't have an appetite. So it would be my breakfast. And my mother would be like, did somebody call? Where's she at? She's like, I didn't having breakfast. And she got that, she's playing that healing CD like it's so loud. But actually, if she doesn't play it, I'm looking for it. Like something wrong, So I just had my own stuff going on, my own way of handling things. I never said that, oh my God, woe is me. I from day one said, I'm healed. By stripes, I'm healed. I just need to go. I need to do the work. I got to put in the work though. So that's what it is. I know a man that just had surgery for breast cancer. He had to take chemo. Yes. So normally they do the surgery first. It depends. And then they do the chemo second, because I had such an aggressive chemo, and they really hadn't done any research on it because it was an African American and Latino woman's cancer. They really didn't have anything like any regimen or anything from it, for it. And I said, "Oh, is it really? Cancer knows no color." So you have Chris Rock's ex-wife, Malak Rock. She has a triple negative cancer foundation. I haven't looked. I guess she's still running it. But she started it because her neighbor, who was a Caucasian woman, was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer and she passed away. So she started her triple negative cancer foundation. And I just believe that cancer, like I said, is an intruder. Cancer knows no color. I just my belief. Like, cause I'm just like, okay, all right. So one of the chemotherapy that I took, actually, you had to fail the first chemotherapy, which take the bad stuff. Something had to happen before they would give you the good stuff, the insurance, right? So they gave me the junk stuff. I call it the red devil. It's called adriamycin. I call it the red devil. They thought they saw something around my heart. They couldn't give me that no more. So then they gave me something. They told me, oh, it's wrapped in tree bark. Most people, if they react to it, they say a lot of people react to it. If they act, it's what they're wrapping in. It's wrapped in something that's made out of tree bark. Most people react to it in the first couple of seconds. So of course they have nurses and stuff sitting with you if they start a new drug. And I'm like, I'm fine. And I couldn't breathe. They throwing, needles in my arm. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my, like, it was just crazy, right? And so, all right, you can't get any treatment today. So then the third day, y'all, I really went through it. My story is so funny. It is crazy. On the third day I came there, they normally check your numbers to see if they can give you chemo. If your numbers aren't right, they can't give it to you. So they give you this injection. You take it a day after you get chemo. It speeds up your bone marrow, so your white blood count is producing in triple time, so that you can get breast cancer. On the third treatment, I call it, after the second one that failed, I got there. They're like, "Oh, your numbers are too low. We can't do chemo today." I had on a wig that day. My aunt was parking the car, and about time she came up there, she just looked and was like, "Oh gosh, what happened today? I dropped you off. You had a wig on your head, and you sitting here pouting now. What is going on?" I said, "I can't get chemo today, and I'm throwing a tantrum." She said, "What?" So I'm throwing a tantrum. I need to be back to work by October. And she said, "Girl, if you don't sit down somewhere." And it was funny. And so they used to give you this shot. It's called Neulasta. And it your bones hurt. So there's a lot of things that happens. So this is why I was so upset when Kim Zolciak said that it's like, "Oh, your hair is thinning. And what's going on?" She's like, "Oh, you're laughing because my hair is thinning. I have cancer. You don't have cancer because you was diagnosed with cancer. Cancer doesn't take your hair out. Chemotherapy does." And I thought it was real insensitive of her to use the disease that so many people actually, go through and have to go through those symptoms and everything that comes with chemotherapy. I thought it was so insensitive of her to use that. At that time. So the only thing a man can have is a baby. That is correct. And so, yeah, I thought it was, this girl she went viral. And that is what they were playing. Like, it was going around. I just was like, oh no, don't put this out here. There are men that have Instagram accounts that I've seen them. I've ran across them like a couple times that have, had surgery, and they use their stories through Instagram. So they have a big support over there. No, I'm Survivor Speaks. I'll tell you about my story. Normally, I felt really bad about trying to monetize off of my story. So I'm years and years behind, because after all this time, people are like, "Are you crazy?" That's something that you went through. There's something that you're sharing with people all the time. You advocate for cancer. Why not? You're always supporting somebody else's cancer foundation. Why don't you start your own stuff like that? I thought about it. Who knows what's going to happen. Like, well, right about now, I'm just, like I said, going through a rough patch in life. Which I'm glad to be even sitting here talking to you guys right now, because Allie knows, Becca knows. I spent a lot of time away from the platform, going through. Well, Becca knows that I spent a lot of time away from the platform, but Allie knows, a little more than, like, other people know. Like, I've been going to do some things like behind the scenes, and now I'm just, back, and I'm going to do something else now, and I'm just gonna just share it with everybody else, but not in a way where I'm gonna give too much credit or any spotlight to the other person that is a part of what I'm going through. I'm using it to, heal, and to, share with women how I heal, and how, we can heal. And sometimes we just have to listen to our bodies. We have to slow down, and so forth and so on. But then I'm like, there's days like I had yesterday where I'm just, I can't today. I already set my mother's stuff up for her. And yesterday is the time that I could take off. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to just be, thank you so much, Nisi. I appreciate just the kind words, all of the support you showed the channel today. I really, really do appreciate you. And it's people like you, and everybody else that's here and just can hit the like button. Also, if you don't have it to donate or whatever, I appreciate you all, because, like, we wouldn't have these platforms if you didn't come and support. Right. And so I have a lot of people that support, but I'm away a lot, and people want content. So I do realize that. And so, yeah, I'm, trying to be back as much as possible, but I'm also working on that and trying to find a healthy balance, like, to do the two, like, to be here doing this, and then to be over, working on my, healing platform. Cause that's important. It's important, for, what's going on in the world today, just as a whole. But I want to kind of, like, cater to women more, like, women supporting women. Because you look around a lot of times, and it's just like so much backstab. And I'm like, we don't realize how strong we are as a force, and we can do so much together. But instead, we want to remain divided. And I don't like that. It's hard for me to trust people. My other mod for always is not in here right now. With shout out to her, but you can best believe, if things go the way that that I'm praying for, that, Allie has been, she's my managing mom. She has been with me through everything. When people have left and gave up on, because they hadn't seen me, and just gave up and walked away, she's still, even when she can't, she still jumps in here. And, like, any type of way where, I come out on the other side, and, I can begin to, like, pull her in a different way. And, she will be the first person that I actually, do that with. She's been here for a while now. And she's actually working on something great herself. And we're supposed to do a show about it, but what I had thought about at first, it didn't work once I continued to look into it. But if she wanted to, like, come up here and tell her story, I think it's a great one. I think she's an awesome woman, and to to have, go through what she's going through with such a young child, and, like, be so present for her. It's an awesome story, and I like for people to tell their own stories. Well, she's creating a platform of her own, and so anyway that I can have her, any advice that I can give her, I'm down for that. And if she wants to take her platform where she gets it going the way she wants it on Instagram, and come over here to the YouTube world, I'm all for that as well, and definitely on board too. Like help her, like in that way. But that's just it. That's me. This is the real me. This is what you get. I am. I'm just who I am who I am. I don't like to be put into a box. I don't like to be, following people around just because. And if you have a platform where you think that, okay, I'm supposed to be a part of your platform because you can control what goes on over here, I'm not doing that. And so I finally, you know, just came to, grips with myself. And I'm going to support what it is that I support. I'm going to keep supporting and praying for Chrisean. We don't talk about bully babies over here. We're not into that. But if the parents are doing something where it affects the child's behavior, people have to use their critical thinking skills, because I will point out what the parents are doing and you're tearing these children apart. Chrisean has already taken steps about her situation that we don't know what it is. She has not come out completely and said what it is. Yesterday she said she was going to share some things, and she's being torn down so much. How can she share anything? She shared one little thing when you got the child's grandmother just crazy off her rocker. That's just what it is. And everybody, people are just like coming out from left field, just tearing her down before she can even like say anything. So I love to see men like Deion Sanders step in with and be able to talk to her on a level where he's coming from a spiritual place, but he's also able to meet her where she's at, because she's still a work in progress. That was a beautiful moment. She's stronger than she is. She just needs to know. And I'm going to use the words of that lady that Blueface is with. Don't let nobody trick you out your spot, girl. You went away for a long time. You locked in with God, and look what he's done. You've made millions of dollars. That girl has made millions of dollars a lot of times. I've never made $1 million. And she's done it over and over and over again. And God chooses who gets to, God chose her. I mean, there's no other way to look at that. God chose her, and that's just it. And, we got to just live with it. But don't let somebody trick you out of your spot, because God chose you, and he showed you a different way, and they have accepted you into a whole different genre. They have accepted her into a whole different genre, and she doesn't want to make secular music anymore, and she hasn't. But her music, when it was out, it was of substance. She only made, I want to say, 2 songs that wasn't, and they were diss songs against Blueface, and rightfully so. He wrote diss songs for his other child's mother, and then she realized that's not what I wanted to do. So she does have some beautiful, gospel songs out where she's speaking to the youth and everything like that, but you got people that want her to live in her past. She said the old Chrisean has passed away. She's made anew in God, but he doesn't change you overnight. And once people get that in their heads, you'll understand. You have a better understanding. I might say a cuss word here or there. That does not believe that I'm not a believer, that I don't believe in God, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Like, I'm never going to not say that. Are you crazy? I know who was behind my heel. I'm never going to give you that. So, I mean, I'm just saying, she knows that. But then you got people standing there, baby girl, waiting for you to fall. They're not going to catch you either. They're going to let you hit the ground and be like, look, we told y'all, this is what you told. No, but that's not what God said. God said something else, Chrisean. And you're doing it. And you're walking in it. You have this man that has such an influence on his community. He's never been an A-list celebrity. He needed you more than you needed him. Even now, nobody was checking for him until you came into his life. You're the prize, like Deion Sanders told you, baby girl. So the same thing, and I think how we got to this conversation is, I'm not going to apologize to anybody. I have to tell the lady in corporate America. You said one thing to me, and guess what? God gave me a sound mind, and I understand exactly what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. She told me one day, you know what? When you walk in the room, do you know that you command the room? I said, oh, that's what you get when I walk into a room? Oh, I said, oh, I didn't know that. But thank you for telling me that. I knew exactly what she was saying. I'm not going to apologize to you because of my melanin. I'm not going to apologize to you because I have strong features. My mother is from the United States. My father is from Haiti. And I'm not going to apologize because of the color of my skin, because of the confidence that I have when I walk into a room, because I know my job, because I know what I'm doing, because people come to me to ask me questions when they are stuck because they don't know how stuff works in here. And because when I come in a room, sometimes the FDA comes in here, you need to choose the best people that can speak to these people in order for you to pass an FDA audit. And year after year after year, I don't want to go in front of the FDA, but they're selecting me to go in front of the FDA because a lot of people don't even understand what's going on in here. But I will not apologize to you. And she didn't ask me for an apology, but I already knew what she was saying when she said, you know, when you walk in the room, do you know that you command the, yeah, I understand what you said. No, I don't know that. I don't know what you're talking about because that is not even the goal here. I am here. We're having a meeting. So I walked in the room to sit down and have a meeting with y'all today about what y'all set this meeting up for. You know, everything else that she's talking about, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I know exactly what you're saying. Like they have done so I have had some things done to me in corporate America. And I never understood this lady I met. She told me she was a realtor. I was a realtor for a little while. She told me, she said, I will never work in corporate America again, ever. And I was looking at her like, what do you mean? Like, it's a for sure check. I'm going to work every day. What are you talking? When I got laid off from my job of 15 and a half years. And I said to myself, you know what? Thinking back, I truly understand what she meant. I truly understand why she said what she said now. I truly understand it now. It is crazy. I have done things and created things at work that other people have taken the credit for. It is just crazy. I have found out they said I said stuff, and I'm like, when did that happen? I wasn't even here. Like y'all didn't take times and dates. I was on vacation. How did I say anything? Do you think I'm in Jamaica where the water is blue? I'm on a resort where the water is blue and the sand is white, and I'm calling some job? Do you actually think that? Like, so I was not here. So how could I have possibly said anything? But it goes on in corporate America because it's not, it's just like what they do. And I just understand it. So 15 and a half years, I was laid off. And I probably shouldn't have been, but they're paying for it now. And I just tell people, like, I had to stop people from calling me. You laid me off. And then 2 days after I get laid off, you're calling my phone like, oh, we know that you were laid off, but we just have a question. The first time I answered the question, they called me again. I said, listen, I no longer work for you. I don't have a job. So at this point, you're going to have to find somebody, because I wasn't the only one that was laid off, but you're going to have to find somebody that knows what's going on, because please don't call me again to ask me about something that I am just not going to be holding in my memory. Because I don't work there anymore. You laid me off. I could have still went to another position, but you gave it to somebody who has a family member that works here, and they couldn't report directly to them. I was the only one that was qualified for the position, but you gave it to this guy. He needs to be trained. They said that they want to do any training. Don't call me and ask me anything. Y'all have to figure it out. I no longer work there. Thank y'all and good night about that. What the heck? What the audacity for you to freaking call me afterwards? You called me once and then you child, y'all, I lost it. Thank you so much, Niecy, for clocking it. Sending that clock it through here. Like I said, y'all gotta be kidding. I don't have a job. I got a mortgage. I have a child that's in school. What? Don't call me no more. That's it. I don't have no information to give. I forgot everything that I learned. Over the years, I forgot. Please don't. I need to reserve my brain for something else. I cannot help you. I can't help y'all. Don't call me no more. And that's that. And that's, when like just lose my number. I don't exist. Thank you and good night. I couldn't believe it. Like, what? You laid me off. And then, hi, I know you're whatever, basically it wasn't us. It was the company. Are you kidding me? It was no, you laid a lot of people off, but then I'm the type of person I like to look at the flip side of the coin. So many people started getting laid off after that. And I'm just like, a lot of people are going through it. That is just a type of mindset that I have. But at the same daggone time, I'm like, girl, you losing every time with that type of mindset. I get it. And you trying to do the godly thing, but girl, this is not cutting it. This ain't it. Yeah, the audacity. And then I had one girl that called me after that. And me and her used to be okay. We used to be cool, cordial. But I hadn't spoken to her. You used to call me all the time. I hadn't spoken to you since I got laid off, and you hadn't, like, hey, I hope you don't mind. Wes, what using this form? If you remember, I know it was. Are you kidding me? I said, oh well, hello. I haven't heard from you in a couple of months. You called me about some form. I haven't heard from you in a couple of months. Oh wow! So you do still have my number? Oh, okay. I don't remember. No, I don't. I know we changed it. Y'all, I know exactly what form you're talking about. And I know we changed it. And I know they put it on a different drive. I remember that. I just don't remember what drive it is. And I don't know what they renamed the form. Girl, bye. She ain't call me back no more. My line is closed. I'm not answering numbers for anybody else from this company anymore. Don't call me no more. None of y'all. Whether or not we had a cordial work relationship, don't call me. I'm not answering the phone for y'all. Don't call me, please. And thank you. I had to do it like that. Like it's crazy. People will use you up. And then, I have one young lady that texts me and tells me, oh, they're hiring again. They just open up and it's the same thing that you were doing. Like you should apply, And then you guys normally when they post something, they'll leave it posted for like 24 hours and then they'll take it down because they already have somebody in mind. I said, they still playing those games. I'm not going to keep applying to this stuff. Now, I said, you know what? I think, God has spoken and I should just continue to just move on from there. So I haven't, but definitely going to be here. Moving forward and working on what I'm working on. And I enjoyed all of you. And I was only coming on here to say one thing, but I really, really, really enjoyed talking with you and sharing part of my story with you. And, how you can just be one day you could be doing something and the next day, somebody doubts you if you like me. Oh, I'm about to show you everything. You said I can't. Oh man, that's like challenge. Girl, why are you making me get out here? Why? Why? I hate that I'm like this. But yeah, I just can't. That's a challenge to me. And so that's what I did. I did. I met some great people. I've done great work. I have great memories. Um, I did, and then I professionally modeled for about a year and a half. You would think I modeled for about 8, 9, 10 years, and that's what other people were struggling with. I said, "How y'all struggling?" And it's my decision. Yeah, y'all not getting it. I didn't want to do this anyway. I keep telling y'all that. And so when the blog dropped, it was crazy. People was like, "What? You're retiring? What do you mean you're retiring?" I said, "Listen, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this. I don't. I don't. I don't." That's just it. I don't. And so yeah, I retired. I retired, and that's that. And went on, finished something else that I started right out of school. I went to college, never finished. I went and got finished, got my degree. I got 2. So I went and went and got my bachelor's, and I was like, oh, well, you know what? Let me double back because I was getting my associates. Let me just double back and see how many classes would I need to get an associates in what? In anything, that's the easiest thing because my bachelor's is what I wanted to be in. So what we got? Science and liberal arts. We're gonna go with that. They said, yeah, you only need 2 classes. Bet I'm gonna just go summer 1. Knock these 2 classes out because I'm going to Jamaica as soon as the summer 1 ends. So what a way to celebrate. And that's what I did. Knocked it out, got, 2 degrees. And then the book was the last thing. My book was the last freaking thing. I locked myself in my office and said, gotta get her done. Gotta get this done. Your bucket list is finished. Everything is checked off. Gotta get her done. So yeah, and I did it. Finally did it. And it's been out there, but Amazon is bugging y'all. Amazon is bugging about the title of my book, and I'm not changing it. So, I mean, the book has been out since April 14, 2000 and what is it? 2024, I think. And I know that they know in this book, April 22nd of 2024, right? I don't think that the title of the book is I named it Surviving Strong, Overcoming Triple Negative Breast Cancer with the Resilient Mindset, right? So I explained like, I was given a diagnosis and shifted my mind. I had to do a mind shift in order to fight cancer the way that I did it. Anybody buying this book is not going to think that you get diagnosed with cancer and you just shift your mindset and then you're healed. No, that's not what it says. It explains it. Where they're like, oh, well, the title is, okay, I'm not changing the title. So, yeah, I had a problem with like marketing it the way I wanted to. And so, yeah, it is what it is. But guess what? Now that I'm coming out with an app, I'm able to add that into the app. And so, if it's, it's a good story to me. I wrote it. I just have to do, like I said, just take that one thing off of the manuscript. I think I'm going to add something else. That's a part of the diamond pink print. And like change just the description on Amazon, and that's going to be that. And we'll see what happens with that. But I really wrote it because it was just like it was on my bucket list, and I think that I only wrote it about. It's only about my cancer diagnosis, my journey to my healing, and then the things I was able to accomplish afterwards. And that's it. I didn't want to make it about anything else. I wanted to keep it to that. So the book is not that long. So only talking about that part of my life. So it's one of the greatest accomplishments that I think I could have completed. Bucket list done, and I was supposed to write a new one, but I think I've done some things without writing a bucket list. Um, I just I'm somebody, I like to research stuff. And so I have a creative mind. Sometimes it's a curse and it's a blessing. It's a gift and a curse at the same time. Because my mind is going in so many directions. I have so much on my mind. I want to do this, and I'm trying to do everything. I think I do suffer from adult ADHD. I can't stay focused on one thing because I got all these projects going on in my head. It's like I want to do this, but I want to do this, and I want to start. And I had like 3. So that's something else that I'm working on. Finish. You finished the bucket list. Finish. So that's something that I have been praying for, asking God to do in me, and I'm actually like seeing like the difference now that I'm getting back to what I should have never stopped. Like, you forget life and you got to go back to listen. You don't touch nothing on you, nothing but the word when you wake up. That's what you do. Nothing but the word, and you have your private time with God. And then you touch stuff and things go the way they go. They go correctly. That's just what I feel. So thank y'all for rocking out with me. I've been here long enough to held y'all hostage long enough. Shout out to Miss Nisi. I got to put Miss Nisi in the scroll. I am actually leaving her there because it is tomorrow. We are Wednesday. It is already Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday. And Miss Nisi and Allie are the sponsors of the show. So I actually need to get y'all in this caption. Y'all will remain here until tomorrow. I done totally forgot. But before I go, I cannot. Let me put my channel sponsors for today up in my scroll. You guys will remain here until all through tomorrow. I'm out here talking about tomorrow. So we got Miss Nisi and we got Allie. Allie, I don't know how many times you gonna change this name, girly girl, with all these L's and why. Y'all know who Allie is. Listen, I ain't messing with Allie. I don't know if I put too many Y's. I could have just copied your name right and put it there. Duh. Let me see. Becca Cry up in the building. Thank you so much for being here, supporting the show. So Allie and Miss Nisi are okay. I got it. I was able to get it right. All right. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay. And I make sure I'll just leave you guys in the banner for supporting the show. Let's see what we are going to do next. What we're going to change next. So let me save it here. You guys will come right on over, up and through there. Thank you so much for it. There you go. Thank you to the channel sponsors, Nisi and Ali. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you for donating to the chat, to the channel. And Becca Cry. Yes, Becca. I'm here. We had came up with a dedicated time. We got to work more against that, but it's I have to work around the schedule of like my mother, what's going on with her, and stuff like that. So yeah, I try to keep it peaceful. I like to keep it respectful. Every now and then I got to come out of character. This person, thank goodness he didn't come in here tonight. I had Allie looking for him. And listen, because that's not what we're doing over here. We're grown over here, and we could talk about what we talk about over here, whatever it is. But yeah, I can sometimes I'm petty, and I can be. I try not to bring Petty Ann out because she's not nice. She's just petty. Just what her name is, Petty Ann. She's petty. She's petty. She came out on Instagram this morning. Oh, Becca, anytime. I love sharing about, breast cancer. Like sometimes people don't want to hear, but I think it's important that people know And then it is also important for me to share like how I was able to afterwards um still, living and moving around. I'm not going to say there are not days that I don't have ailments, and there was not things that come with, from being diagnosed with it, but um that's how I look at life, especially when things come at me full force. If cancer didn't take me out of here and God got me through that, all this other stuff is like kind of like a cakewalk, but then still mentally. And you got to, and another thing, like I'm transparent about, but I'm transparent with people that I like talk to normally on a more permanent basis. But I don't have an issue with sharing about that anyway. But you definitely struggle with things mental health wise, right? Because like I have bad anxiety from you know going through what I went through. And after that, and I don't have an issue with that. It's when you try to hide it, when you look at it as a bad things. Shalonda Green, yep, thank you so much for hanging out with us as well. You come back anytime. um and I want to start like having like a small panel, like like where we could talk about these things, because somebody else like maybe going through something. And sometimes if we can have a grown-up discussion where people may want to come up, I think that's a good thing. That's something that I'm looking into doing, because normally I'm just up here. Is Petty Ann like $50 Petty? No, Petty Ann comes out with the gloves off, and it's bad. Sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, Petty. I have to sometimes hold back, like, Petty Ann, stay away. Like, Petty Ann mostly comes out on Instagram on my regular Survivor Speaks channel. That's a whole different type of content over there. And sometimes Petty Ann comes out over there. I mean, Petty Ann had to come out here the other night when the guy was on here trolling. And I had to ask him, like, what's your problem? Like, you're here again now. This is a fourth account that you made. I'm confused. We're not talking about what you're talking about. I don't understand why you keep coming here. Like, what is the problem? Why are you here? And I had to read him for a couple of minutes. But then he came back. He was respectful. I said, see, we can agree to disagree. As long as it's respectful, as long as we're not bullying any children over here. We're not talking about somebody getting help for a child that they're clearly getting help for. It's just not about that, sir. Why are you here? I don't understand. 4 times now. This is your 4th account you made. Stop. Yeah, shout out to him. Welcome, Carmel. Cutie, thank you. They talk so bad about her in the baby. And yes, I wouldn't have shared a word with the public. You know what? But eventually, you know what? I think she's going to come out. I think from reading and knowing what I know, something is about to come out, and I don't think that they did not want it to come out, right? Because I talked about this the other day. I was getting ready to leave, and I'm going to talk about it briefly. I talked about this the other day, and people actually remember the day that I'm talking about. Yeah, she's a work in progress. Like she really didn't have anybody like really on her side of things. Dealing with a mom. We're all like just one substance away from being addicts. And when I say that, I'm not talking about illegal drugs, right? We take medication every day. Some of the stuff is addictive. Some of the stuff can, you can, heal naturally with natural things, but right, we don't. When you look at it in that aspect, anybody can have surgery and have a prescription for pain. And now you're addicted to that pain medication, which was what happened with her mother. But I would rather have Charlotte as a mother any day. And I say this all the time, before Blueface's mother. I would never want to be her child. I would never want to be Carcuckoo's child. I'm sorry. I'll take Miss Charlotte any day. Because the one thing that she did, she instilled in them kids the fear of God. And regardless as to how they're acting up, because they weren't taught any other way, she instilled the fear of God in them children. And this is where you see Chrisean going back to. She knows that it's kind of wrong. She already said that. She already said that she was embarrassed about the things that she was doing when she was with Blueface to get his acceptance. But she loved him for Jonathan, not Blueface. I don't understand what people are not understanding. That girl made a lot of money. And if y'all don't remember, he took most of her money. I remember she asked him one day for money to eat. He said, you don't have no money. I'll send you $20 though. And she like, $20. Like, where's all the money that, you know, that we're making? You don't have any money. He was taking her money and taking care of other women and Jaden with the money that she made. That girl made millions, and this is when she stopped giving him money and stopped them for depositing her money in his account and depositing it in her account. Do you guys remember that initially when you hear Cuckoo said, I'm the one that got her started. I'm the one that took her to Zeus. I'm the one. You were also the one that thought this girl was stupid. And when you took her to Zeus, she didn't have a bank account. And you told Zeus, it's all right, just put the money in my account. Send it to me. I'll make sure she get it. What? Thank goodness something spoke to Chrisean. And she's like, no. We all know why Whack 100 don't like Rock, all right? Yeah, y'all want to really talk about that really quick? Why he doesn't like her? He tried to sign her 2 times behind Blueface's back, and she declined. Do you know who Chrisean's manager is? When I first heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, Lord, Chrisean, what are you doing? What are you doing? Whack 100's ex-wife is Chrisean's manager. Do you know what a slap in the face that is to him? Kimberly Jones is Cash Jones, who's Whack 100. That is his ex-wife. Do y'all know that's a slap in the face to that man? So he's never going to like her. But he tried to sign Chrisean when Blueface went to jail. No, she's like, no. Like a $50 Petty. He the dang CEO of Petty. Oh, of course, we can say his name over here. We just don't say his name when it relates to something that's going on with the courts. And the judge said, yeah, we're not gonna say his name, but yeah, 50 Cent is the king. He's the king of pettiness. I ain't said nothing bad about him. I ain't messing with that man. Oh man, I timed out by mistake. My bad. You timed who out? My bad. Well, yeah, okay. So Becca said good night, fam. Yeah, good night, Allie. Good night. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Becca. Congratulations. That is awesome. Let's just start in survivorhood. That's why I call women. It doesn't make a difference whether it's breast cancer, colon cancer. You must just start in survivorhood. That's what I call, breast cancer survivors. But I'm gonna tell the story because I'll be jacking people's names up. Blame it on the chemotherapy. Carmel Cutie. So yes, I need people to remember. When Chrisean was living in that house where she paid the rent off for a year, right? She had no credit. She couldn't get a mortgage. But what she did was she paid the house off for a year. Remember, she was dating K Suave. I actually liked her with K Suave. I don't know about anybody else, but I actually kind of liked that relationship. I mean, it was, to me, it was kind of cute. They got a little cute song out together. She doesn't want to do secular anymore. I respect her for that. But part of my petty, when I put out a post on the Survivor Speaks channel, the music behind it is intentional. And so a lot of times you got to listen to the music and like Survivor Speak is being very petty right now. And even the post I put up for her today for you know, because she became professional. She's a professional boxer now as of yesterday. But the music behind it, and it's not even in order. I just need to get those parts of the song in there, because while you're praying for this girl's downfall, the choices that I made, the song choices that I made, is definitely pointed towards Blue and his mama. Either one of them can get that. Whoever else want to step into, like Kendrick Lamar's my spirit animal. And so yeah, and definitely so. But let's go back to when she paid that house, right? The baby was with Marsh, who was the baby's godmother at the time. We're supposed to talk about her today, but we didn't. Basically, I was petty Ann on that situation on Survivor Speaks today, because she just made a fool out of herself. But you know, don't try to come back to Chrisean now, okay? You said what you said. You were all right until, and I supported her. She's somewhere. If you scroll down my Survivor Speaks page over there, I did have her posted only because she was like such a great support to Chrisean. When you came on this good old internet, when you came on Chrisean and Beyonce's internet, and you mentioned her by name and said all the bad things you said about her, I already was side-eyeing you, and I just like, I knew something. But anyway, remember when she had the baby, 4 a.m. in the morning, Blue busted in there and stole the baby that he said wasn't his, and that was Chrisean Jesus was about what? 2 months, 3 months, something like that. Baby in his bed, baby is in a playpen, sleep. His godmother's there. Not only is the godmother there, Chrisean's sisters was in California at the time. The one that, you know, you pay me a couple of dollars, I can close my eyes and overlook something. She was there. But the baby was with Marsh. The baby was asleep. Chrisean was at the studio. She came and kidnapped that baby 4 a.m. in the morning, right? Camera went on. We see him with the baby out there. He got on a hood. He got the hood on his head, a hoodie. He got the hood on his head. You can see like a little, he talking out the side because he had a twitch going on. This before he went to jail, he had a twitch going on because, you know, they said that he was, you know, he got this baby out there. Baby got on one sock, onesie, not even whatever, nothing. You see Marsh out there. It's an Uber out there. Marsh sitting in front of the Uber, like, you know, Blue, give me the baby. And he telling Marsh, I'm going to do this to you. You better get out of here. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to do this to you. When you get to the house, Jane is there. You have to fight Jane, the fair one, and Jane fight like, he didn't even say Tasiki. What is her other sister name? The one that she don't really talk online about anything. She always said, don't talk to me about that Bugada. That sister, I like her. Not Tareen. Tareen turned on Chrisean. It was what is the other one? I forget the other one. That the cook, the one that cooked. I can't think of her name right about now. Tessa. He said, get Jaden fight like Tessa. We know that's a lie. But anyway, when that camera was turned on, what happened before that was he came in his Bentley, right? He took that baby, put that baby on the front seat, no car seat, no seat belt, no nothing, crashed into a pole because he was inebriated and on that stuff. Crashed into a pole. Now he calls an Uber. What happened to Junior? What happened to Jesus, Chrisean Jesus? What happened to him? He was on the front seat and you crashed into a pole. You crashed into a pole head on. What happened to that baby when you crashed? No seatbelt, no nothing. You turned the camera on when you called the Uber after it was a crash. That's why I believe they got somebody in LA in their pockets. They got something. Nobody never said nothing about that. I'm like, what? People don't remember? Because when he turned the camera on, he got an Uber there. He didn't catch no Uber to her house. You drove there. Nobody never said nothing about that. You never heard about no crash. You never heard about them towing nothing. You never heard about none of that. If y'all remember, when Chrisean had this baby, she went for the baby's first checkup. She was live. she asked the nurse and the doctor on live, is there anything wrong with my child? They said, no, we would have told you already. He's fine. What happened? What happened? I'm going to just leave it right there. Chrisean is about to tell something because the gloves is now off. She wanted to say it, but she said she doesn't. The best thing I think is that she should just continue her walk with God. You know, she's a part of the praise and worship team at her church. But God, you know, people don't. She could be. Y'all see her on stage. The funniest thing I heard was, look at Chrisean. She got on blue for Blueface. She up there singing. The whole praise team had on blue and black this day. I said, y'all just say anything out y'all mouth. She up there singing, and the baby is in the the baby is in the audience. The baby's in the congregation sitting with somebody because she's part of the praise and worship team. Is she singing on Sunday? I'm confused. Where the baby supposed to be? Huh? I watched them watch her put this baby in a hole. It wasn't a car seat. It was this round thing that he had. She put him in there, laid him in there when she still had that house over there. And they said, oh my gosh, you put the baby on the counter, he gonna roll off. I said, now, are we watching the same clips here? Are we watching the same video? Because she clearly put the baby in. Y'all be bugging. It's above me. She can't do nothing. She can't win for losing. She does right, she goes wrong. Like, it is what it is. Until she's ready to talk about what's going on with her child, it's nobody's business. Like she said, she's the one that brought it on the internet. So, you know, herself and whatever, she's a public figure. And so, you know, she's dealing with the aftermath. But when does it stop? Stop. But you know who started who started this whole agenda and has been keeping it going? Blueface. Who kept it going while he was incarcerated? Car Cuckoo. She still is. You keep talking about this woman beat you up. Oh, how could you allow her to hit your mother? She's so disrespectful. Do y'all know what happened? Tell the story, Carlissa, about how that happened. Why it happened. Tell them how you were assaulting her and they kept telling you to stop and you would not. You thought this was Jaden. And Blueface told you, if you put your hands on her again, not your hands, if you throw something at her again and hit her again, this would have been number 3. I'm going to just let her get you. You throw a glass jar at her and it hit her. That was the 3rd thing you threw at him. Blueface said, get her. You remember that? Yep. Blueface said, get her. You got, so what? You got to wear foundation. Your son had 2 black eyes. Stop playing. This girl is really, really, and now I just feel like now she's a pro fighter. They're going to come even harder. They're going to come even harder. So the best thing for her to do is, you know, shout out to Deion Sanders. Shout out to Calvin Ford, her lead trainer. Shout out to her whole freaking team. Shout out to Calvin Ford's wife, who's a beautiful woman. She's trying to do her modeling thing going on over there. Shout out to her spiritual father and everybody that supports her right now and surrounding her with so much love, and people that are, you know, reaching out to her from afar and showing her so much love. And shout out to all the supporters that support her. I just, like, you know, I'm just not going to just like be doing everything that everybody else is doing, because I'm a woman first before I'm anything else. I'm a God-fearing woman before anything else. And when a woman is right, they right. And when they're wrong, they wrong. Like I said, I have my own reasons why I don't like Jaden Alexis. Has nothing to do with Chrisean. Everything to do with things, you know, some things that she said about African-American women. I am not rocking with that either way. But at the same time, listen, when something is right that she said is right, I'm gonna say that you know what, I agree with Jaden on this one. I still don't really fool with her, but I'll do some reactions over here. She tearing Blue up on Tuesdays. Terry on Tuesday, you know what? She probably live right about now on Kick. Terry, I support Terry on Tuesdays. It's a free membership through Prime. You can subscribe because she won't let you can't watch it unless you subscribe. So if you got a Prime account with Amazon, you can subscribe for the free. She be over there dropping all of 10 years plus of Blueface's dirt that she's been holding tight to the vest for all this time. You decided to drop those revenge corn on the cobs tapes, and she been eating you up ever since. I don't agree with a lot of things that she does. When she bleeds blue, I love it. Tell us some more, Jaden, about what we don't know. Listen, that's what I support her for. Them kids don't have anything to do with it. I'm a mother too, woman and a mother too. And I'm not mad at her when it comes to Terry Tuesday, when she's dropping all of his sweet tea out here in these streets. Let us know, because he been lying all this time, not even taking care of his kids. She let that one out last week. I said, wait, he really ain't taking care of kids. So this is all for show. Oh, yeah. Mr. Blueface has been out here taking all this credit all this time. She said buying her child Robux and not teaching them the value of $1 does not equate to being a good father. I agree with Jaden when she said that. What about their mental? Now you're calling them your stepkids. I can't with him. But I'm going to get out of here. Now I could talk to y'all all night because I enjoy this. I enjoy y'all. So I'm going to end the show here exactly the way I end it every single time. By bringing awareness that men get breast cancer too. Shout out to all y'all for rocking out with me tonight. I love all of you guys. Shout out to the channel sponsors for tonight. You guys are in the banner. You guys will be in the banner all due tomorrow. Thank you so much for supporting the platform. And anybody that just came in here, hit the like button. All the new subscribers, shout out to all of y'all. I'm probably gonna work on that. Probably gonna try to work on something where I don't know. I have to talk to the chat when people are in here, because I don't know how. Like, some people don't want to be mentioned, so yeah, that's something I just think about. But if you become a member or something like that, that's something different. Maybe I'll come up with something where I can show who all the members are at the end of the chat. So that's something, a thought that just pops in my head. I'll probably work on that. So I do end the show by bringing awareness that men get breast cancer too. Because of the stigma surrounding the word breast, we have changed the word to peck and or chest cancer over here on the Survivor Speaks channel. So I want to continue to bring awareness that men get breast cancer too. And to all of my ladies, shout out to Becca Cry for 18 years surviving colon cancer. Didn't know that till just now. Shout out to my sister in survivorhood. Love that. So all of my ladies, please make sure you're getting your mammograms, filling on your boobies to make sure that you are all right. All right. And don't you dare let anyone come into your house and disturb the peace that passes all understanding. I'm Survivor Speaks, and I'll see you guys in the next live. If I drop a premiere, I might be in the comments. Thank you for rocking out with your girl P. If you made it this far, you're officially part of the Survivor Nation family. Before you go, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and hype this video so you never miss a live stream or premiere. Your support means more than you know. I truly couldn't do this without each and every one of you. Thank you for rocking out with us. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.